What's up, stationaries? A leak at the PlayStation website has gamers talking while a former head of PlayStation is talking about diversity, and the creators of Little Big Planet tell us about their new project. But your Crossroads crew is getting prepared to take a victory lap because we are over the moon about an announcement from last week's EA Play Live event, and we are ready to talk about it. Get ready, because Crossroads is live right now. Hey there, this is Crossroads, PlayStation podcast for Boss Rush Games. I am LeRon Dawkins, and it's time. It is time. The legendary queen of typos, the boss lady of Raccoon City, and our very own lady governess of Village Crossroads has returned. Please welcome back to the show, Nellie Lot.
What's up? What's up? Happy to be back.
We missed you. We missed you.
Oh, I miss you guys too. Don't make me do the ugly cry. I'll do it.
Austin and I were like super depressed. It's been a long, hard road.
Yeah, we've had to have people like Logan on and Dan on and all these people on.
Ed's been on twice.
Like, man, Ed's been on twice.
They were desperate to ask me to come on.
Yeah. Like, we don't know when Nellie's coming back.
PlayStation Doctor, Austin Campbell, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
All right. And tonight we have a couple of guests who are pressing that share button right alongside with us tonight. Joining the crew for the first time tonight is a fellow contributor at the Boss Rush Network. He goes by GeekBro27, but he's better known as Jack Brough. What's up, man?
Hey, how is everyone? Appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the show. Also joining us for the first time as a guest on the show tonight is the president and co-founder of the Radical Hope Project and a very good, I say that very loosely, very good friend of mine.
That really hurts like a lot.
Welcome.
I'm super happy to be here, LeRon. Thank you. Thank you for making me feel special. And I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my son just went to bed and he is losing his mind.
Oh, we can hear. We can hear it.
Can you? Right.
We can hear it. Oh, but by the way, his name is Chris True. Welcome to the show tonight, man.
Glad to be here. I'm glad to be here talking about this topic. I'm excited that you asked me on, so thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so it's Tuesday night. I ask this question every week. We already know. How's everybody been this week? What's your week looking like so far?
I have more free time.
Oh yeah, tell us about your escapades. Did you have fun abandoning me in Austin? Tell us.
A few things has happened. Like I said, it's kind of like a sad story that evolves into something good. So while I was away, I found that I actually have high blood pressure.
Oh no!
That's the first thing.
No.
But it also motivated me to get more fit. So in the middle of all of that, I actually joined a pole dance class.
Oh, wow.
So that was
Woo! All right.
which also motivates me.
Oh gosh, she's got more?
It motivates me to compete next year, so that's my goal.
Oh,
Wait, to compete in what? To compete in what? Pole dancing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? This is Crossroads. Why am I even surprised?
Exactly. How my feet
She
pick
brought-
OnlyFans?
She's actually doing the OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's for fitness reasons, though. It's not for
That's
attention.
what it is. Yeah, that's what they all say. We're hey. I'm thinking about that Agatha Harkness meme that goes around, like, the one with the wink. It was Agatha. It was Nellie all along.
Hey.
That's what it was.
Nah.
What those people do on the pole, that is way too much fitness for me. So good on you.
I look at it and I break a sweat. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really speaking from experience, but pole is pretty fun.
It is actually. I noticed like I'm more stronger, so I'm getting a lot of upper body strength. I always wanted to compete in like a fitness competition when I was in my 20s, but My timeline for 20s passed. So now I'm in my 30s. Now I need to do something.
I got a buddy that's trying to get me to do Warrior Dash because he found out that I did a whole bunch of 5Ks over the last couple of years. I'm like, dude, I don't run like that. I just went because I got peer pressured in them. You're not gonna peer pressure me into a color run, though. You're not.
I want to do one of those too.
A color run?
Yes.
I want to, but you know what? I would love to do like a color run or like the Spartan race. But you know what? My whole thing is, I'm not getting out there in freaking mud, like, like jacking up my clothes and my shoes and all that stuff. No. And everyone's like, just wear a pair of shoes you don't care about. I'm like, all my shoes I care about. What the hell's wrong with you?
Right?
Just go to
Even the
Goodwill
ones
and
that
get you a
talk at the
pair.
bottom.
Go to Goodwill and get ones that are talking to you.
Yeah.
No soles, the bottoms are worn out. Like those are the ones you want, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what's a color run?
The color runs are the ones. The color runs are the ones where like throughout. Some of them, most of them are obstacle courses. Am I correct, Nellie? Most of them are obstacle courses.
Yes.
But the thing about it is, like, when you hit like certain checkpoints in that race, like they spray you with like this color, I want to say like this paint chalk or whatnot. So it's just some more stuff that just messes up your clothes. So it's legit one of those things where it's like, do you know how much gym clothes cost these days? Like, I'm not trying to get my workout clothes jacked up when I'm like, when your athletic gear costs as much as a pair of dress slacks, something's going on.
Yeah. All right. No more interest in it. You piqued my interest by the name. Nah, I don't need to have a chalk or paint sprayed on me. When I exercise. Nah.
If you want to be
I'm actually
multicolored
shocked,
and
LeRon,
have
that you
respiratory
haven't done it.
issues,
Yeah, exactly.
do a color run.
And also, like, I've grown my hair out this past year and stuff like that. I'm not trying to get the crap in my hair. I've become.
Me too.
It comes out easier than you think, though. Like I that's why I'm shocked that you haven't done it, because I did it one time in high school, and
damn it, Austin, why'd you tell me that? Now it's a freaking competition. Now I have to do it. Now I have
That's
to
why
do
I'm
it.
shocked. I'm like, I don't care about it at all. I just did it just
Have you done
probably
9
girl at the time.
5Ks? Have you done 9 5Ks?
Oh no. You
Okay,
can have
okay.
that.
I'm still winning. I'm still winning.
I haven't done a 5K.
I'll let you know when I do my first one, which will probably be never.
Like, I was out there. When? I don't know. I don't remember. I was out there though.
How's everybody else feeling this Tuesday night?
Doing good. Yeah.
Feeling pretty good.
Cool.
Damn glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad you guys are here. We're going to talk about PlayStations. We're going to talk about video games. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of other random stuff that's not on the script tonight. So just get ready.
Hey, color runs.
All right. So we got Jack and we got Chris. All right. So before we actually break into the actual show, like, you guys have to talk about your PlayStation pedigree. Like, what type of PlayStation gamers are you? You know what, Chris? We're gonna start with you first.
I'm the kind of PlayStation gamer that's still looking for a PlayStation 5. I've had since PlayStation 2. I've had every PlayStation. My favorite PlayStation game is the Uncharted series. Naturally, I'm a historian, so that one was an easy sell. But up until really PlayStation 5, because I don't have one, I played most games on PlayStations.
Uncharted. Well, most people who's watched Crossroads, and everybody here on Crossroads knows that Uncharted is the reason why I bought a PS3.
And you're the reason I played Uncharted.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, so with the Uncharted series, like, because there's 7 games. Well, there's six actual console games. I'm including the Vita game, by the way. There's 6 actual console games and a couple of spin-off games. Out of the 6, let's just say the 6 console games, which one's your favorite?
2.
2?
Always 2.
2?
Who's the best one?
Okay, yeah. So that guy Austin actually prefers 3 to 2.
Wow.
Yeah, we all make mistakes.
Ooh.
Wow.
I didn't say 3 was the bad. I didn't say 3
I
was the
didn't say
bad
3 was
Uncharted.
bad either.
I didn't say 3 was the bad Uncharted.
Right.
None of them are bad, but
Exactly.
3 is your favorite? Wow.
Exactly. Right. It's like picking which diamond is better.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so you're currently looking for a PS5 though, right?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
getting the full bore the disc version, or you just take whichever one you get, the digital or the disc version?
Really, what I can get. My wife wants to play the new Horizon Zero Dawn game. She loved those games. She played the hell out of them. So that's why we're getting one, is just for that game specifically.
Okay, all right. Well, no problem with that. I'm surprised. Well, I'm pretty sure if another Uncharted game shows up, you'll probably want a PS5 for sure for that.
In a fucking second. Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so overall, in your PlayStation history, Uncharted is the game. Well, Uncharted 2 is the game, or is there an all time favorite?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's hard to top that, but like the other game that I specifically remember playing on my PlayStation was Time Splitters 2, which was on
That's a
various
classic.
platforms, but you can't beat how good that game. Like when I was in high school, we'd just sit for hours and make maps and then just fuck around with it. It was great.
Yeah. All right, cool. Hey, all right, Jack, you're up. Tell us your PlayStation pedigree, buddy.
Did have all of the PlayStation systems except for a Vita. For whichever reason, skipped over that. Really liked the PSP. That was a good time. I really grew into a PlayStation fan with the PS3. I was in college at the time, got one on launch day, and our house became like the focal point of hanging out. Once they started getting a lot of really good games, Rock Band is really what took off with us. But as far as favorite series, not to echo Chris's thoughts, but Uncharted is just, it's top notch. It's just great storytelling, great action, just nonstop. And also the God of War series. The 2018 release is fantastic, but loved all of them. It was actually a game that was suggested by a GameStop employee. It was something that went under the radar and took a chance. I say that, lightly took a chance, but, I was unfamiliar with what I was getting into. And then I just jumped on all of those games. So.
Oh, wait. So, the 2018 God of War was the first one you ever played?
No. Excuse me. The original God of War.
Okay.
When that was first introduced to me, that was just kind of, I was just bored at a GameStop, and the employee suggested it, and I just went into it off of that suggestion and just instantly fell in love. And then the rest of the series has just been nothing but a blast, and looking forward to Ragnarok when it eventually comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, you and about 90% of the PlayStation 5 population right now.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Ultimate favorite game you played on PlayStation?
I would say the most impactful would probably be The Last of Us.
Right.
That's one of the only games that my wife has actually watched any gameplay. She's not a gamer at all. She watched the beginning of that game and she just was blown away. She said that she couldn't handle anymore.
Oh no!
Which is understandable, but she was more impressed by how great of a story and the acting it was. She was more impressed with that, and then she was like, I can't handle any more of this. I wasn't mentally prepared.
Man,
I don't think many people were.
She's lucky she didn't stick around, because the one part where Ellie's on her own for a little while. Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, we will be checking out the HBO series once it comes out. She's looking forward to that. Should be good.
Well, with HBO's production value, I have a funny feeling that if the writing's on point, like the Last of Us show is going to do like some serious justice for the actual franchise itself. Like I feel it.
I'm hopeful too.
They're dumping an ungodly amount of money into that show. Like, it's dumb. I saw an article about it the other day. So,
and
if you get money, you can't really fail, right?
Yeah, and they have and they have a mix of actual Hollywood actors plus like actual actors that actually were behind the talent in the game. They've got a mixture of those people in the cast and everything. I read somewhere that one actor had not actually played any of the Last of Us games, and Sony gave them a PS5 in both games just so they could play it. I can't remember which actor. It was. And I don't know. I don't want to say the name anyway because it might turn the audience to start boycotting that actor from now on.
Well,
That's
I
how
was
it
gonna
starts.
say, they could have played both of those games on the PS4,
Yeah.
and then Chris could have had that PS5,
Exactly.
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 That's what I'm saying. Thank for their selfers.
All right, so before we break into housekeeping real quickly, Jack and Chris, give us a moment, take a moment, introduce yourselves to us in the audience, and let us know what's up. Jack, we'll start with you first.
I'm Jack. I'm part-time contributor to Boss Rush on the writing team. Just a all-around video game fan, a hockey fan as well, and just happy to be part of this community because it's been a good time getting to know new people.
All right, Chris.
I'm Chris. Regardless of what my Skype name may be on there, that's from like 2013, and I don't know how to change it.
Nobody can see it. Nobody can see
Oh,
it.
sweet! So it just looks ridiculous to me. That's awesome. That's awesome. Even better. I love calling myself out. Well, anyway, I am the co-founder and president of the Radical Hope Project. What I do is I work in the realm of criminal justice reform. We provide reentry kits as people who are incarcerated are released. Most people who come out of prison are given nothing. Like, you have what you have, and that's it. So we provide reentry kits, which is simple as toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant, stuff like that, so that we can help with other things like therapy. We help provide therapy, which is important. All of these things keep down recidivism. As far as other stuff, we have a bunch of different things we do with the foundation. Currently, I'm helping one of our guys produce a podcast. It's The Wall Behind and Beyond. Philip is one of our guys who's been incarcerated for 25 years for unjustly. So we're trying to do a little bit of advocacy for that. But other than my work as the co-founder and president of the Radical Hope Project, I'm also a teacher. So that's fun. So I play a lot of video games just to be able to
Hold on, pause a second.
Go
Pause
ahead.
a second. I've known you for a long time. I still cannot believe that you teach young minds. I can't. Knowing what I know about you.
For starters, thank you for making that very public right now. I'd like to go ahead and I'm actually I talk a lot of shit, and I'm way too confident in myself, but it's actually something I'm good at. Damn it.
Hey! I did not say you were a bad teacher. I'm not thinking Cameron Diaz in that one flick or anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that. No, actually, I'm not trying to slander your name.
I know.
Well, because we've had times where you and I have talked on the phone, and we've gone back and forth about things that like kids are encountering this day and age and stuff like that, and like a good adult figure in their life, whether it's a teacher, a coach, a mentor, a nerd like me that plays video games and stuff like that, like that's something kids need these days and stuff like that. And yeah, like we've spent quite a few times on the phone just talking about and bouncing ideas about how to help just like uplift kids, because I've said this before. I think the way parents interact with their children can be a very fundamentally unique way, but 9 times out of 10 I always see parents just coming at their kids like they're just like small uneducated people, and that's not the case. Like most kids at any age have a type of maturity. Like I've got a 17-month-old living in the house with me, and the level of maturity that I can see just going on with him, even though he's a little boy who's not even 2 years old, hasn't even hit the terrible twos yet. Like, thank God. Like he's had like 3 tantrums,
they're coming.
Yeah.
Stop it. But it's crazy seeing them develop, and like seeing a child that young develop, and also having an understanding. Like, I mean, yeah, we can't talk like big adult words to him and stuff like that, but at the same time, we talk to him and we can tell like he's soaking it in. He's figuring things out. it's shaping his personality, and it's crazy. So like spot on for the teachers. Like every time I see like the sign that says heroes work here, like I believe it, because like God, like kids need something these days, and
kids don't get enough credit is
That-
really what it is. Kids are more tuned in than people think, and if you take the time to talk to them like they're people, and you have almost like a camaraderie a little bit, you can reach them easier. I do, like I said, I'm outside of teach. I do a million things, but I have a student who had a lot of problems, and all I did was treat him like a person. And he texts me like at least once a week. I hear from him about things he's doing, how he's doing in school, because he moved away from here. If you give kids an opportunity, they'll do good and great things, but people most of the time they don't. They're very quick to punish. And again, this leads right into what I do with the Radical Hope Project, because the the school to prison pipeline is an issue. Just locking people up and not really understanding why, other than, oh shit, they did something wrong. Not why is this happening?
I have a 2-year-old, not 2-year-old, he's 2 months. I send him to you.
yeah.
Oh, I will send you Bodie in a second. You live down the street. Come spend a day with him. You think you're like, oh, they're all soaking all this stuff into. You're sitting outside of a baseball game in traffic, and your 2-year-old looks around and says, "Look at all these fucking cars," and you're just like, "Oh my god."
that is your child. That is your child,
dude. Yeah, he said that at my grandmother's house, and everybody was like, "No."
I got a story about my son then. We just took him to see my grandmother. She's going to be 90. So he hadn't seen her in over a year and a half because of COVID. Everybody's vaccinated, be able to get over there. 20 minutes in, an ambulance drives by her house, and he looks at her and goes, "It's probably coming for you since you're so old." And we were like, oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, I'm just glad that my grandma, she laughed it off. She was like, "Wow, that's funny," but oh man, we felt awful.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what my cousin just busted my rule. She was like, "You have his car seat?" I'm like, "I'm on the air right now."
I swear,
my dude was in there like yelling because we put him to bed like that's an affront to his independence. Why would you love me? Yeah.
I swear. What's the name of that show? Kids say the darndest things.
Yeah, you have no idea. This kid has a vocabulary that's ridiculous, and he uses it, and then he logics you with it, and you're like,
I love Kid Logic. Kid Logic is the freaking best. Kid Logic will make you reevaluate your life sometimes. I will tell you that right now.
Use Kid Logic. He uses like logic, so it's like super bright, and you're like, you just go clean up your toys because I said so.
You're like, if you don't sit your grown ass down somewhere.
About to make you start paying bills is what I'm about to do.
Oh man, it's awesome. All right, so let's just go ahead and break into the housekeeping, because this is Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast of Boss Rush Games. Every week we come together bringing you the latest news, rumors, games, and general discussion in the world of PlayStation. Crossroads airs live on twitch.tv/Exodus803 Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't join us during the live show, Crossroads can be found on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other podcast locations. If you like the show, please consider subscribing to our podcast or giving us a follow on Twitch. You can also see the recap of tonight's show the following Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on youtube.com/Exodus803. Yes, my YouTube channel.
You should know that.
Or early on Thursday mornings at youtube.com/BossRushGames. If you want to see the previous episodes of our show, all episodes of Crossroads can be found on our parent website, BossRushGames.com. And while you're at the website, don't forget to check out our growing family of podcast shows. And remember to share, rate, and review us whenever you check out our shows. And don't forget the efforts of the writing team. We have a very diverse group of people writing over at BossRushGames.com. And you're going to find something to appreciate you, whether you're a sports fan, a comic books fan, video game fan. I guess I can say a Nintendo fan. I guess I can say.
Hello, bro.
And don't forget, chat with us and keep the conversation going at Twitter at PS_Crossroads, where we hold it down with more news, events, and topics. All right, guys. So, what are we playing this week? You know what, Nellie, you're back on the show. You start us off. What have you been playing?
Nothing exciting. Surprisingly, it's not PlayStation. I'm on my Xbox One right now.
Wait, so while you were gone, you didn't play Resident Evil?
I actually didn't. I've been busy. I kind of been busy with school though, so.
Uh-oh. You know what? We're gonna give you a few minutes to get your answer together, and we'll come back to you.
Notice she was too busy to play Resident Evil, but not too busy to play her Xbox.
Yeah.
Right.
I caught that.
Saying.
Right. That's why I said we're gonna give her a few minutes to like reconsider her answer.
No, hold on. It's a zombie game. Resident Evil is not the only zombie game I play.
Yeah,
Okay,
you have to come out with something ridiculous.
Okay, so what have you been playing?
I've been playing State of Decay for Xbox One.
Okay, all right, having fun.
I am having fun.
You're waiting for the sequel. You're waiting for the sequel, aren't you?
I am. That's why I'm trying to get my Xbox upgraded, I guess.
You know what? I'm on the
Xbox upgrade.
You know what? I'm on the hunt now for an Xbox Series console because I've started dating somebody and I'm trying to impress them right now. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I've known you how long, and I haven't got a single PlayStation.
Like that song goes. What have you done for me lately?
I'm here, literally right now.
So this is worth some brownie points for a PlayStation 5. I will box mine up right now and send it over to you.
Yeah, this is literally just a big plug for me to get a PS5.
You know what, Chris, since you're speaking right now, you go ahead and tell us what you've been playing. Oh, and by the way, Zoomy2009 in the chat says, "Hey, what's up?" You know who it is? It's Justin Gardner.
Oh,
what's up,
Justin Gardner. I haven't seen. Man, back in the GameStop days, that's way back. But I wanted to say something smart, and then you came out with something from left field. I was gonna be like Superman 64, but no, I've been playing Destiny 2 on my Xbox because I have a lack of PS5.
Hey, at least I'm not alone with the Xbox right now.
No, man. Hey, my wife has been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and she loves those games. I've been doing Destiny 2. It's something I can get in and get out of.
Austin, how the hell did I invite so many Xbox gamers on the show tonight?
It didn't even start that way. I could just get one. Like I was able to, oh, there's this Xbox Series S. That's on you, Sony. I don't have a PlayStation.
Hey, PlayStation's hold on. PlayStations are getting easier to find than Xbox Series consoles are right now.
Yeah, if you can get a GameStop with a $800 bundle.
GameStop ain't worth. GameStop is not worth anybody's money these days.
Boy.
All right, Jack, you're out. What you been playing recently?
Nothing but Xbox. No,
Here we go.
I don't even own an Xbox.
You know what? Crossroads is wrapping for the night. We hope you all had a wonderful time. We will be back next week with a completely different panel.
Right.
No.
My last show ever.
I will break the trend. No, I've been playing the new Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Oh yes.
I'm approaching the end. It's awesome. It's everything that you would expect. It's I believe Austin, not to speak for you, but I believe last week you were mentioning that you had just platinumed it last week. I'm working my way towards there, so I don't want to really echo what you had said, but everything that you said is spot on. It's just great gameplay, great graphics, fast loading. It's just fantastic. I will buck the trend. I will also talk about Nintendo. Sorry, LeRon. But no, I'm a big Zelda fan, and Skyward Sword came out, so I've been playing a little bit of that, but not too much. I just wanted to dip my toe in, see the new features. And Tetris. I always play Tetris every single week. That's my go-to. I play that religiously. Tetris 99, also Tetris Effect with their new online modes that they recently added to PlayStation. So been playing a little bit with that, and that's been a good addition.
I'm curious. Did you play the original Skyward Sword?
Yes, I did.
So how's the Switch? How's the Switch? Is it? What is it called? HD remaster? Is that?
I think it's just called Skyward Sword HD.
Okay, so how's it stacking up? I know some of the new features and stuff like you can now play. You now can play. I think controller mode versus Joy-Con mode. Yeah.
Yes. I played strictly. I'd say 95% in controller mode. I struggled a little bit because I thought that the sword play wasn't as responsive that I wanted, but I got used to it. It just wasn't. It was harder to learn than I anticipated. But then there was actually a little bit of a report that went around last night, and I actually took apart my Joy-Con to see if the report was true or not. And then after I put them back in, I wanted to test them out, and I got to actually demo the motion controls. And I'll tell you what, they're a lot better than they were on the Wii, because the Wii, oh my God, this is before I had kids. I actually had a little bit of time, and the motion controls on Wii they didn't work for me. It was whatever it was. I struggled to get through that. But now with the controller support, it's a lot better of a smoother feature. And really looking forward to getting into it, because it seems like it's a much better game to dive into.
Yeah, that's the same reason I didn't finish Skyward Sword. Is the motion controls completely took me out of it. So I want to get a Switch to play that as well.
I'm not gonna give you my hot take for why I never played Skyward Sword. So Austin, you're up. What have you been playing, man?
Well, and being on Palblog last night, that's what everyone else is saying, that the motion controls are vastly improved over the Wii version, which is why I might give it a chance, but I'm gonna, probably ask for it for Christmas or something. I'm not gonna buy it. I just can't.
Not me. I know what I'm playing the month of December. It's called Advance Wars 1 and 2. That's what I'm playing the month of December on the Switch.
Well, that one I'll actually buy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna buy Advance Wars 1 and 2. I can't wait. Jack. When you do finish, we may have to record a spoiler cast, because I don't know if LeRon will finish.
What are you talking about? I spent the entire weekend this weekend playing Ratchet and Clank. Like I've been on it since Friday night. Like I'll probably have a beat by the end of this week.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do. Finish it up by the end of this week. I probably only have like an hour and a half left. If I were to guess, anyway.
My God,
Jack,
just slandering me like that, man.
Don't make it so easy.
You got your PC, man. I don't know what you're playing. If you actually play your PlayStation.
Hey, I made a conscious effort to stop playing Monster Hunter just to play Ratchet and Clank, because I know we have a spoiler cast coming up.
Yeah,
that is a big ask for you.
Yeah, exactly. What more do you want from me?
Well, I really haven't played a whole lot. I'm still playing Scarlet Nexus, which I talked about last week. I'm still enjoying it. I'm about halfway through the story. There's 12 chapters, and I'm on chapter 6 right now. So, playing through that. I finished Mario Golf Super Rush, the career mode. It was okay. I'll just leave it at that. But I wish Wario and Waluigi would have been more a part of the game, because that was when the game got like really funny and entertaining. So, and then I've been playing Splitgate when I can. The servers are always down though, so whatever Splitgate was available, I would try to play on that. And it's a really fun game. It's the closest thing that PlayStation has for Halo. As far as just like the way the guns feel and stuff, and then you add the portal guns to it, it's a lot of fun. I really liked it what little I got to play of it. And then Call of Duty and Borderlands with the buddies. So I'm trying to get to the battle pass on Call of Duty, so I don't feel like I wasted my money again. So, yeah, that's about it.
All right, and yes, like I said earlier, I've stopped playing all Monster Hunter just so I can devote my time to Ratchet and Clank. So yeah, I've been playing Rift Apart, and my God, like it, I think it's my favorite Ratchet and Clank game right now, and it's not just because of that hardcore tech that's pushing it and stuff like that. I mean, seriously, this game is fun, and this Ratchet and Clank game has one of the tightest stories I've seen throughout the entire
Yeah.
franchise so far. Like I mean, and the fact that everything is flowing so well, it's amazing. Like I'm in love with Rivet. I am, like
Rivet's fantastic.
I really hope I haven't beaten the game yet, so I don't know how everything resolves or anything. But I really hope this is not the last time we see Rivet in the series. I really hope not.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get into it when we do our spoiler cast, but I really think it's one of the best stories. Besides, like, A Crack in Time is like the one that I think competes with, but
Oh yeah,
it's a really good story.
Oh yeah, Crack in Time was good.
It's good, and the fact that you kind of get some relations in there, it's great.
Yeah,
I went in that game saying, Ratchet and Clank are the only ones for me. They're got to win me over with Rivet, and they definitely won me over.
Oh,
so,
man.
I went in there hardball, and they beat me. So.
Oh yeah, man. So I'm enjoying it. And yeah, I can't wait for us to get on that spoiler cast for it, which we'll be doing soon here. So just keep a lookout for our social media at ps_crossroads. We'll let you know when we're doing our spoiler cast for that. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next topic, which is always, of course, our favorite topic for every week, and that is what's on your PlayStation. So tonight, or what's on your PlayStation, we're having a good old flapjack power struggle. And when I say a power struggle, I'm talking about pancakes versus waffles. All right, so I didn't come up with this. Like, I stole this completely from Chef Alton Brown. Pancakes may be brown on the outside, but they're floppy, soft, and spongy with an interior that looks a lot like cake. Waffles, on the other hand, are crisp on the outside and light on the inside, like beignets, funnel cakes, hush puppies, or donuts. So let's have it out right here, right now. Like, it's pancakes versus waffles time, and everybody makes a choice right now. Pancakes or waffles? Nellie, go.
Pancakes.
Jack, go.
Waffles. Hands
Waffles.
down.
Waffles. Okay. Chris, go.
Pancakes, unless they say Waffle House on them.
Austin.
As a kid, I was waffles, but as an adult, I am pancakes.
You can't split the vote like this. What? This is not the House of Representatives right now. What's going on?
I am pancakes. I am pancakes. But as a kid, it was definitely waffles. I have my reasons.
we might need to break down your reasons in a second here.
If I can take waffles only if they say Waffle House on them, then I feel like that counts. That's fair. You can both sides this shit. Why not?
See, I have a waffle iron and I throw down some damn waffles. So yes, I am team waffles. So
LeRon, when we come visit you,
hell
be
yeah.
hooking us up.
Oh, hell, well, not Austin. He wants pancakes.
But he has to.
Hey, I'll eat whatever's in front of me, man. Especially if it's got bacon on the side. That's all good for me.
It's all delicious.
All right. So, Austin, real quick, give us a breakdown for why you are now like Team Pancake.
Okay, I'm sort of throwing my mom under the bus on this one. Okay, so I'm treading carefully here. My mom made a lot of things homemade growing up, but the one thing she did not make homemade was pancakes and waffles. She used Bisquick. Because she loves Bisquick. She likes the taste of Bisquick. I do not. I hate Bisquick.
So Bisquick tainted your view on waffles? Is that what you're saying?
So I liked the waffles more when I was a kid because it cooked more of the Bisquick taste out of it. It was like whereas the pancakes, they tasted just like Bisquick.
Yeah.
When I started having homemade stuff, I was like, all homemade pancakes. I was like, this is way better. This is way better.
You know what? I make homemade waffles, but I kind of Bisquick the freaking pancakes.
I mean, of it.
Yeah. I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. The Bisquick tastes just like, I don't know, something. It's too sweet for me. Too sweet for me.
I am.
Oh, I should call you out, Austin.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Do it.
Wait.
Do
Well,
it. Do
What
it.
do you put on your
Hey,
pancakes?
go ahead and do that because I've already got my rebuttal for it because I know where this is going.
Yeah. The donuts and the Mountain Dew, though.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, how can you turn around and tell tell us about something being too sweet?
Listen, it's like, when you have a donut and chocolate milk, and then you can't really taste the chocolate milk because the donut and the chocolate milk like out-sweet each other. It like takes the sweetness out of it. That's what the Mountain Dew does. You get more of a Mountain Dew flavor. It's great.
Here we go.
fantastic.
Here we go. Here we go. I think the only person.
I'm gonna tweet Alton Brown tonight. I'm gonna have him back me up on this. I feel like he knows what I'm talking about.
I think the only person. I think the only person that is convinced of that logic is Ed. I think that's the only person.
I convinced Logan too, so I'm getting people over. Once they try it, I'm telling you,
how you run an effective campaign.
You know what? Right now, like, because I'm scheduled to go. I'm scheduled to see my doctor on the 12th of August for a physical and stuff like that. So I just told myself.
I would suggest not eating donuts and Mountain Dew before you go do that.
I just told myself as soon as I get rid of. You guys notice I haven't really been eating sweets tonight. That's because I'm trying to be good and not just overload my system with sugar. As I get ready for a physical and stuff like that. Because the doctor did ask for blood work and stuff like that. But yeah. I tell you what, Austin, I'm going to try it. Do you recommend I go get Krispy Kreme or do you recommend I go get Dunkin'?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of question is that? Krispy Kreme.
No. Austin has a scheme. Austin has a scheme for his. I was about to say pancakes. Austin has a scheme for his donut and Mountain Dew. He has a scheme.
I was unaware. So let's hear it.
My pairing is blueberry donut. The blueberry donut.
Oh, so I can go to Wawa and get one of their blueberry donuts because their blueberry donuts are cakey.
Yeah, you can get any blueberry donut, but the key thing is, and actually Wawa would probably be a better spot because you can get a Mountain Dew fountain drink. Right. I don't know if they have Mountain Dew fountain drinks at Dunkin' or
they don't,
or Krispy Kreme.
They don't.
So I would suggest Wawa.
Yeah, well, Wawa has Coke products on fountain, so
so I have to go. I have to go get a bottle from the. I have to go get a bottle from the cooler. Okay.
I guess.
All right.
It's near Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's from where I live at. Like the Taco Bell is like 3 blocks down from the Wawa.
Nice.
You got your Saturday morning all planned out now.
Dan's gonna be furious that this topic came back up.
He is. I think it's our job now. Like more and more people have learned what the job is on Boss Rush, and that is to upset Dan to no degree.
He makes it too easy. He gets too frustrated too easily.
I'm glad he's getting married because I would have said that he needed to go do something with his life the way he can. All right, let's go ahead and round this topic out real quick. Okay, so you pancake guys, like how do you prefer your pancakes?
With syrup?
With syrup? Anything else? I mean,
I put chocolate chip or Nutella in mine.
All right. Yeah, if you have chocolate chips and pancakes, that definitely sweetens it.
Yeah.
I like
gotta be Mrs. Buttersworth there. She's the only one.
When I do pancakes, I like to do banana pancakes with a good old fashioned almond maple syrup.
Yeah. Hey, LeRon go hook us up.
Right. He's gonna hit y'all with a menu.
I like bananas and blueberries on the pancakes. Chocolate chips are pretty good. I like peanut butter on my waffles. Peanut butter and syrup on my waffles.
That's interesting. I think I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to try that out next time I make waffles, which will probably be after the 12th of August.
You ever had a peanut butter syrup sandwich?
Yes, I have.
It's I mean, it's just better bread.
Trust me, I used to live out in that part of the Midwest. I know about that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I used to live in Texas. I know about that stuff.
Wait, so did you eat tomato and mayo sandwiches like some people in the Midwest?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I can't.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's my favorite. I'm not saying it's my favorite, but I've had it.
Yeah.
I can't eat tomato.
At all.
I can't either. I don't.
And I love tomato.
All right. So who was Team Waffle with me?
That was me.
Okay. So how do we like our waffles?
I just go syrup and 10x sugar. And I love that. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. It looks perfect, and it's just, the quote Mitch Hedberg with the a waffle is just a pancake with a syrup to it.
Exactly.
It's perfect. You get every little square all loaded up. You're golden.
And you know what? And the cool thing about a really good waffle is you can try to drown it in syrup and it's still crispy.
Yes, exactly. Pancakes get soggy; they rip apart.
Exactly.
It becomes a mess at the end.
I don't know what these pancake guys want.
Either way, it's going in my stomach, so I don't care.
I will tell you, I put very little syrup on my pancakes.
Oh,
I
yeah?
don't have very much syrup on my pancakes, so mine don't get very soggy. Because once they become like cardboard at the end, it's disgusting. It's like when it's all soaked in there. Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a good strategy then.
Yeah,
It's all about the plan.
You know what? I'm starting. You know what? We have Ed over on Power Block. We have Logan at Boss Rush Entertainment and stuff like that. We've got Celeste at 1v1, but I think Austin is the real like gastronomist. When it comes to Boss Rush, because he's got some interesting takes on how he eats stuff, and this is a guy. He's Austin freaking. You have a gluten intolerance, and you will wreck your stomach.
I do it for the love of whatever I'm eating. I don't even care. We had gluten-free pancakes not too long ago. We found a pancake mix, which is actually not that bad. It's actually pretty good. So I'm not having to tear up my stomach too much.
I have some roommates. I have some roommates who are Asian, and they're like, there's no such thing as a food allergy because your parents made you eat it until you got over it.
That's how I grew up. I didn't know until not even a year ago that this was a thing. I was like, I just ate whatever was in front of me. I didn't care.
Like, mom, I'm 46 years old. You've been killing me this entire time.
I live in the Midwest South. We were eating fried everything at this point. My stomach was like, just kill me now.
I mean, you're not helping along with freaking blueberry donuts and Mountain Dew, which
hey, every once in a while, I like to keep my stomach working, making it work hard, making it
flush it out.
Gotta
flush it out. It's the only way to do it.
Oh my God, this is
like how
I'm using that to tell my wife. I'm just because I'm allergic to crab and shit like that. I'm using that. I gotta flush it out. It's all good.
Oh my God, this has been a wonderful topic.
Yes. Kind of like how I don't eat pork anymore and be like, we're gonna have pork chops. Okay, bye. You don't want bacon? No, not unless it's turkey bacon.
All right, you guys ready to get started on the news and topics for tonight?
Yeah,
sounds good.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get this rolling then. All right, so first up on the list tonight is August 20. Let me try that again. August 2021's PlayStation Plus games have been confirmed. Wow, why am I having such a hard time with that? What's up with that? One more time. August 2021's PlayStation Plus games have been confirmed. There we go. All right.
There you go, buddy. Good job.
All right. Yeah.
I was rooting for you.
Thanks. I'm glad somebody was.
I really wasn't. I just wanted you to feel okay.
All right. This news comes to us from Video Games Chronicle via Tom Ivan. August 2021's PlayStation Plus games have been leaked and then subsequently revealed. There are leaks, and then there's Sony simply uploading August 2021's PlayStation Plus lineup to its official website well ahead of time. Yeah, like it's kind of early. Like usually we don't see it until the weekend before. But yeah, the upcoming editions were confirmed on the official PlayStation website ahead of schedule, rather than the PlayStation blog announcement, which we normally see them on. All right, so August PlayStation Plus games I swear, something about August and PlayStation Plus ran together that's like killing me right now. August's PlayStation Plus games are Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, which is coming for PS4. Tennis World Tour 2, which is PS4 also, and then Hunter's Arena Legends, which we saw at the most recent State of Play. It's a PS5 only version coming, and that's your PS5 pick. They'll all be available to download starting August the 3rd. And just as a quick reminder or refresher, July's PlayStation Plus games are Plague Tale: Innocence, which is for PS5, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which is PS4, and WWE 2K Battlegrounds, which is also for PS4. Those games will be available for download until August the 2nd, so we always give you the pro tips here at Crossroads. Remember, if you do not plan on playing these games anytime soon, but you have PlayStation Plus and think you may be playing them sometime in the near future, just go ahead, just go onto the store, add them to your library. You don't have to download them, and guess what? You have them for however long it takes for you to either play it or get rid of your PlayStation Plus. So just remember that. Speaking of PlayStation Plus, right now Sony is trotting out the numbers that PlayStation Plus subscribers have totaled a number of 47.6 million as of March 31st of this year. And this is all according to Sony. And you know what? Since we're talking about PlayStation Plus, we might as well talk about PlayStation Now. It's just dates. That's what it is. It's just dates. July.
Words are hard. It's okay, buddy.
I know. I know. I'm
Sentences.
I'm gonna have to start reading more before I go to bed at night. That's how we combat.
You have
this
to start
situation.
reading.
I read.
Ever.
I read. I mean, they have pictures, but I read.
I don't think Where the Wild Things has any words in it, pal. I know you really like it, but.
Hey, if there's more than 100 words in the book, it's probably going to lose my attention.
I just got to read the first line and the last line anyways.
First page and last page.
Okay, July 2021's PlayStation Now games include Red Dead Redemption 2, Judgment, God of War, Neo 2, Moving Out, Olympic Games Tokyo 2020, and NASCAR Heat 5. Since its launch, Sony has. So yeah, I read that wrong. Sony launched its PlayStation Store summer sale on Wednesday, featuring savings on thousands of games, according to the firm. The promotion runs until 11:59 p.m. local time on August the 18th, although some titles leave the sale on August the 4th. You may want to go ahead and check each game's PlayStation Store page just to find out the end dates to be for sure. Of note, 4 of Sony's first-party PS5 games are discounted right now. They are Demon's Souls, the PS5 Demon's Souls, which is currently $49.69, almost 30% off. Austin's favorite game, Returnal's on this list, 30% savings at $49.69 as well. Spider-Man Miles Morales is 40% off right now, with totaling $34.99. And Sackboy: A Big Adventure is 33% off on the store right now for the sale at $40.19. Sackboy and Miles Morales are available also on PS4. Just remember that. Other popular titles featured on the sale include Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, FIFA 2021, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. You might want to jump on that. Yakuza Like a Dragon, which just got its PS5 update. Might want to jump at that too. And then Hitman 3. So check it all out. And for the panel, I have some questions real quickly. First question. Which of the leaked games, remember, that is Plants vs. Zombies, Tennis World Tour, and Hunter's Arena Legends, which of those games are you most excited about for next month?
Plants vs. Zombies. Hey,
of course, Nellie's excited for the
anything
zombie.
Tell you, anything zombie.
Man, I bombed that segment, didn't I? Jeez.
No, you're good.
It's how you learn.
Oh! Look at this guy going into teacher mode. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'll never come by your house and visit you now.
You never come by my house and visit me anyway.
Hey, you know what? We're gonna keep that energy.
Let's.
I'm kind of curious for a Hunter's Arena, but like what I saw at the State of Play a couple of weeks ago kind of has me apprehensive. So I'm glad they're kind of like rolling it out to us. Wait, Austin, but didn't we say every time a game comes out PS5 pre-launch, well, day one PS5, PlayStation Plus, don't we always say it's not that good, or it winds up not being that good?
It kind of scared me just because we had the Destruction All Stars come out day one on PS5, and it was just like, yeah, I don't want to. Now, I will say though that when this got announced and said that it was going to be on the PlayStation Plus games, I already knew that the other two games that they're going to put on PlayStation Plus were not going to be big games, because I think they want people to actually play this one.
Yeah,
I think I think Hunters is more interesting to me just because I'm not a Plants vs. Zombies guy, and I might check out Tennis World Tour 2, but I'm not a tennis person either. But to me, it just depends on how the servers are doing, if people are playing this game, because the characters actually look really cool in the Hunter's Arena game.
They do.
I just don't know what the game is, honestly. Like, I don't know what the gameplay is. It's a CGI trailer. We never got to see it looked like.
Yeah, we never had to actually see like actual in game. I think we saw some rendered fighting moves, but it still looked like it was part of the movie trailer and not so much gameplay. I mean, there, it looks like it takes some elements from just like MMORPGs as well as like fighting games and stuff like that. So I don't know, it might have a hook somewhere. Like I do love the character customization model. Apparently there's endless options to customize your character and stuff as you progress through the game and things like that. So I don't know, it might wind up being a sleeper hit, but at the same time, we haven't
I'm going to play as this walking panda, because that's all I need to know.
It's all you ever need.
Yeah.
Walking panda.
And have any of you guys checked out that PlayStation sale that I was just talking about? See anything good? Because I might jump on Black Ops Cold War, because I know I've been telling Austin forever I'd get it.
Hey, if you ever want to play multiplayer, I play quite a bit still. That's what my friends all play. It's Call of Duty Black Ops.
I mean, I had my PS5 at launch, but Austin and Logan both talked me out of not getting Black Ops Cold War on the PC.
Yeah, I will say though that they don't do the trigger stuff as cool as I was hoping.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really want to get on PC, I don't think you'd be missing much. I'm hoping with their next game they do something a little more extra with it.
Which is crazy.
It is interesting though, because every gun you shoot does feel different. Mm-hmm. All the guns feel different in a way. So actually, that part is.
Speaking of every gun feels different, with the DualSense triggers, like Ratchet and Clank, I noticed that. Yeah. There's some sort of resistance going on with whatever weapon you pick and stuff like that, and we'll save the rest of that talk for the spoiler cast. All right, so we'll go ahead.
I want to play Returnal.
I need to get that too.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by that one.
I need to get that. I need to get that too. I haven't like jumped in. Like Austin actually is doing better on PlayStation 5 games than I am, and he got his PlayStation 5 late.
I still haven't beat Returnal though, so let's just be clear on that. I still cannot beat that game. I haven't gone back to it in a while, but it's a great game. I'm just terrible at it.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hit up our next topic, and yes. So, former Sony boss Shawn Layden is fearful of industry consolidation. I know that's kind of a big word here, but just follow along with me real quickly here. It's been almost 2 years since the former Sony Worldwide Studios chairman Shawn Layden very hurriedly left PlayStation. By the way, this news comes to us via pushsquare.com from Liam Croft. All right. So Shawn Layden very hurriedly left PlayStation with nothing but a tweet marking his departure. There have always been questions about what happened in the time since, but today the businessman announces he has taken up a position on the Streamline Media Group Advisory Board. Accompanying this is a new interview with GameIndustry.biz, where Layden speaks of his fears surrounding studio acquisitions and industry consolidation. By the way, at Crossroads, we've talked about this subject a lot. We've had like the Microsoft Bethesda's ZeniMax thing going on. We've got Sony buying up studios and stuff like that. We're waiting to see what Nintendo may be doing soon. Heck, even freaking the Epic Game Store has gotten in on some of this. So there's a lot of stuff going around. All right, but going back to the article. With the cost to produce games always rising, Layden quotes that PS4 titles were costing anywhere from $100 million to $150 million to produce, and PS5 games could be an upwards $200 million. He thinks it will be very difficult for smaller developers to compete in this space. He then moves on to the topic of consolidation, warning the industry isn't the right way of going about his business. Actually, I just read that like that, and it seems kind of weird. So let me try and paraphrase that real quickly. He goes with a warning by saying that the industry may be in trouble if it adapts to this line of business. Does that sound better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Page
all right.
yourself, buddy. You got it.
All right. In his quote, Shawn Layden says, "Consolidation is the enemy of diversity in some ways. It takes a lot of playing pieces off the table as they grow into these larger conglomerates. And again, we end up with this problem with diversity. Music on a revenue basis is probably 1/5 of the game space, but their cultural impact is 100 times what gaming is. Right now, we are narrowing ourselves down in genres and sequels and certain types of games. Favorites like my own, like Parappa and Vib Ribbon, those things don't seem to get a chance to come out on stage. That's bad for the industry, for fans. Over time, that leads to a crumbling of the games industry if we keep talking about the same people and telling the same stories in the same way." All right, we're gonna pause real quickly on that because what do you guys think of that? Because I feel like even as like the industry is consolidating, if the industry is consolidating the way he says, I still see new and unique stories coming out. I still see that. What do you guys say about that? Because I don't know. I feel like he might be crying wolf, and maybe too early to do it. But I feel like saying it like this is basically going to be a way to just put people on edge.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it like how it would be going that way. They're kind of doing that in movies. Everything's getting consolidated down. You're getting a lot of sequels and all of that good stuff, and it's the same story over and over again, but it's what people, video games are an industry. If that's what people are going for, they're why would you change the formula? But the formula leaves out people like independent companies, and it closes a lot of doors.
I've been back and forth on quite a few of the Boss Rush shows, from Crossroads to the Boss Rush podcast and Nintendo Power Block to Arsenal X. And the one thing I say is like, these companies like Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, they read the room. Like they pay attention to what games sell and what games don't sell. And there's like a metric for like what they consider success. So like when we get upset about studios like Japan Studio closing, for example, they had some pretty unique and pretty interesting, if not far out type games and stuff like that. But like Sony held on to them for a long time, even though their games weren't really selling a lot. And we can get mad at companies when they do this stuff, but at the same time, we need to be just a little upset at ourselves because like if there was an interest in this stuff, they would still have these studios around and still make them and stuff like that. And consolidation of studios, into mega studios, let's just say, I don't know if I see anything wrong with it as of yet, as long as like the companies like Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo are allowing the developers to do what they want to do. I guarantee you, like we're gonna get into this topic. We're gonna get into this topic next, but a company like Media Molecule, for example, like they tried it out, Little Big Planet, and look what they do now. Look what they do now.
Yeah, but I think
that's even more niche than Little Big Planet.
Yeah, but then we have, as smaller developers are actually taken up by these larger teams, we are then forced with a larger gap in between big releases. I mean, having a PS5, other than Ratchet and Clank and Returnal, and you could kind of make the argument with Demon's Souls, even though it is a remake. there hasn't been a steady flow. We still don't even know the two big releases that are going to be upcoming with the God of War and Horizon series. And we don't even have time frames for them right now, and then what does that do for other games? I mean, we do have Kenna, which looks fantastic, but that's an independent studio, and they were able to do that. But if they get consumed by these other larger studios to be forced upon, working on something else, I think that's another thing that we have at jeopardy.
I think he's a little bit off with the amount of money too. Like, just because it cost a lot of money doesn't mean people are going to play it. I mean, look at Minecraft. How much money could that have cost to make? And it made just a fuck ton of money.
I feel like they spend more money now on server costs than they did on the actual development of that game.
I was about to say the same exact thing.
Exactly. Right. I mean, how much does Fortnite cost to make? People are literally handing them money to get their stuff in it. So. You can still get that diversity. You don't need everything under one umbrella, because that kind of, I don't know. I feel like it dilutes it. It dilutes creativity of developers.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go ahead and get to this last paragraph here in this topic. Which is actually a recap of what I said earlier. Most recently, Sony has acquired return on developer Housemarque, and there's also reason to believe that Bluepoint Games has been bought. It hasn't been confirmed yet. I'm surprised, because we talked about that 2 weeks ago, right? When it accidentally got leaked. That's crazy. Before then, Marvel Spider-Man and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart studio Insomniac Games, of course, became a Sony franchise. And Microsoft has been making big money moves after getting Bethesda and ZeniMax and a raft of other developers into its own fold. It's time to judge whether more acquisitions are on the way, which I believe they are. But Layden is clear in his wording. This isn't the way the industry should be going about business if it doesn't want to stifle creativity and diversity. So that was his take on it. I will say, yeah, there is a little room to worry about, like, creativity and diversity. But the one thing I will say is, if the companies, like the big companies, like Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, and stuff. Some of these companies have their wording down to saying that these companies, even though they're coming into our fold, we're gonna allow them to maintain their identity. As long as they're keeping up that part of the bargain, I don't see this whole industry being in any type of danger zone as far as what may go on, in the future and stuff like that. What I will worry about, though, is like when companies like Activision and EA get their hands on stuff, and then all of a sudden all we see is like we don't just see Call of Duties, or we don't just see Maddens, but we see spin-offs of those that might as well have been Call of Duties and Maddens, and and all that stuff. So they're
it's a solid point.
Yeah. My question for everybody here is, given that diversity is always a pinnacle of gaming and development, do you feel a business model of acquisition may be a true evil in the gaming industry? I don't know. It feels like I kind of regurgitated an earlier statement from that paragraph into this, but like, are we in danger?
I don't see it being in danger. I mean,
I think danger is like a strong word at this point.
Yeah, it's concerning to some degree. I think that you touched on with EA and Activision, companies like that. I know that we're going to discuss another EA title that's coming out, but I know that the series had a big change in the third one in that release that really upset fans of that series. Indeed. So, we actually have things like that take place. That's where things are missed with these acquisitions, when bigger companies don't let these studios act the way that they need, and they interrupt that flow.
You lose the things that make games special.
Yeah,
it becomes, like I said, it's about money. It's not about development, and eventually you're going to get people who are like, no, just make Call of Duty, but I want to make this really cool thing. But no, you're just going to make Call of Duty. It really, like I said, dilutes it.
It would have to be like really bad for it to get to that point, because you would think that basically, if it's not on Xbox Game Pass and then PlayStation's version of Game Pass and Nintendo's version of Game Pass, then it's not getting made because no one wants it because it's not part of the subscription. I feel like as long as we have those open lanes still available, there's going to be people making games, and there's still going to be the ones that shine. And I mean, even if it ended up being that way, where all three of them have their own versions of Game Pass and stuff like that, they're going to find those small time artists because people still play those games. It's just going to be fewer and far between because they got to take more risk on those type of games. But also, those games are cheaper to make, and people will still buy them, and people still support them. So
can I say this about like Game Pass and like its competitors? I think those are the ones that are going to put like some of these studios in jeopardy. If I'm being completely honest, because here's what's going to happen. Like, like people are going to flock to Game Pass. I'm just going to use Game Pass as the example because Game Pass is the biggest one. I'm not really like trying to punch up at it, but Game Pass is the biggest one out there. It's the most easily recognizable one. So we have all these studios, like all their stuff is on all this stuff is on Game Pass and stuff like that. Like, yes, we're gonna get some people who will actually play games on Game Pass that they would not have actually went and shelled out their own money for, because it's a lot easier to swallow like $9, $14 or $20 depending on the package and stuff like that, versus going out and spending a whole $40 for like an independent project and things like that. Like they won't take that chance and things like that. I feel like that model is what may put like indies and like more diverse games in trouble, because it's real easy, like like we've I guarantee you people are going to be in my DMs and my mentions tonight as soon as I say this. But we've got cheap ass gamers out there. They don't want to spend $60 and $70 on AAA titles, especially AAA titles they probably played over and over again throughout the last 35 years of gaming history and stuff like that. But but they're going to be so hell bent on playing like the next big Call of Duty, the next big Battlefield, the next big whatever, that like a game like I don't know. There's an indie on my mind right now, but I can't get the name out. But they're gonna forsake that one, and that one's just gonna sit in like a bit of limbo or hell, on a site, but it never made actual sales on the physical storefront.
Well, and this is a simple example of what you're talking about, and this isn't even an indie company. This is Bandai Namco I'm talking about. With Scarlet Nexus, Xbox paid a lot for their advertising on Scarlet Nexus. They took care of the advertisements for Scarlet Nexus so much that people thought it was an Xbox exclusive game. But when it came out and it wasn't on Game Pass, no one on Xbox bought it. PlayStation destroyed them in sales. And why? Because why would you buy it when it might come to Game Pass later? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like that might be the problem with some of these. With like, that's kind of the downside of Game Pass, is that and maybe it was Bandai's fault. Maybe Bandai's like, no, we don't put our game on Game Pass. And that would be stupid on them to not take free money from Xbox. I mean, maybe they thought they could sell more, but it's clear that PlayStation gamers are willing to pay for it because we don't have that same structure that Xbox does. Because we might get it free for PS Plus 1 month, but that's going to be years from now. Right. So if you want to be a part of the conversation, you got to get it now. Whereas Xbox, it's definitely, we can wait. And then when it comes on Xbox Game Pass in about 6 months, everyone's going to be playing it, and everyone will still have that conversation again. So,
yep.
Kind of like I found out Back 4 Blood is actually going to be on Game Pass the day of release.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I feel like that's
money with it.
I feel like that screws with their sales bottom line.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was thinking of.
I mean, I'm getting it on PC, so they automatically got 60. I don't know, it might be $60 on PC, but it might just be $70 just to match the current pricing scheme of games now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting it on PC, so like they've got a guaranteed sale from me, with or without Game Pass.
Yeah.
I don't know about PC, but I'm pretty sure it's $70 on PS5 because it's on the where you can pre-order it. So
yeah. Oh no, I feel like there's a lot of I'm not gonna call them evils, but there's a lot of random elements that I think ultimately can also hurt diversity and smaller studios and developers and stuff like that. So
Right.
I think this is a topic we should come back to later on in a future episode and stuff like that, because it's pretty interesting, and we obviously had a lot of different takes and good input on this one. But let's go ahead and move on to our next topic, which is we're talking about Media Molecule. You know, the house that built Little Big Planet. All right, so Media Molecule has announced their next project. This news comes to us from pushsquare.com, via pushsquare.com from Stephen Tailby. I almost said Tilby. I almost mispronounced his name. Stephen Tailby. Like it or not, Media Molecule is dedicated to dreams for the foreseeable future. Still, many have been wondering what the studio's next original creation will be. Of course, the team debuted its creation suite with a wonderful arts team, a lovely action adventure in its own right, and proof of the wider game's potential. The developer has produced many smaller bits and bobs within Dreams, of course, including Mega Penguin Rehatched. I thought that was two different words. Mega Penguin Rehatched, although this later example is a collaborative effort within the community. What's the next proper game for Media Molecule? That game is called Trend, which was announced today as a high score chasing track building adventure about a wooden train set. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Made in Dreams, Trend was initially a solo project from John Beach, a lead designer at the studio. However, it's now been taken on by the wider team, and we got to see much more of it during the DreamsCon live stream that happened earlier today. An interesting detail in the image is the branding. Media Molecule Originals. That's the branding for it. Media Molecule Originals. This says to us the studio will be differentiating its official projects with this header, and suggests more games of a similar scope are in the pipeline. Media Molecule isn't moving on from Dreams anytime soon, but it's encouraging that the team will be producing more original games, just like Trend. We're certainly excited to hear more about it, and Trend was featured on the DreamsCon live stream earlier today, but no release has been given for it yet. Now, this is crazy because Dreams has been a thing for 2 years now. They just had a big award show for people who created original ideas using Dreams. So here's a question for you guys. Do you think that now, following the announcement of Trend and seeing everything that we've seen over the past few years from people who just like picked up Dreams and created their own stuff, do you think that a game made in Media Molecule's creation do you think that Dreams is now its own viable game engine?
I feel like it could be built up to be its own game engine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying this is the next like Epic, not Epic. I'm sorry, the next Unreal. Yeah, Unreal Engine 5. I'm not saying it's the next thing like that, but I mean, you know, like I go out and spend $60 for Dreams, and the next thing you know, like I might get picked up by a studio to like design a game. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It opens up the field.
Yeah, it does.
I think Dreams and like the Game Builder Garage on Nintendo really just put the tools that people need in their hands, a place where they already are going to, you know, as far as like building games on your PC. Not a lot of people are familiar with like where to go, what to do, but if you put this in their hands in a controller that they're already used to using, I feel like that's a great way for new people to come up with new ideas and stuff. I go on Reddit pages all the time just to look at what people are making in Dreams and the Game Builder Garage, and just seeing all the cool stuff that people are coming up with. I'm like, man, if they just get a little bit of, you know, help, just kind of like patching these things up, these are like some really cool games. So I think it is, and I'm excited to hopefully see more games like this where Media Molecule sees something in this game and says, hey, let's put some, you know, production towards this game and help this creator make it make it happen. And then if it works out and people like it, then they'll keep doing it for other people who's used the platform. So that to me is exciting. This is honestly, when it came out, I had no interest in making my own game. I like writing stuff, but I have like no interest in I can't draw worth of crap. I'm not gonna be able to draw it on a controller. I'm not gonna be able to make these shapes on a controller. But I can't wait to see what other people have made. And so I get on Dreams every once in a while just to play. And there's some stuff that people have made that are like freaking insane. It's incredible what people can do on just the PlayStation. So very exciting.
It opens up a new creative outlet too, right? Like it's no different than starting a band or anything like that, right? You have to start somewhere, so you just go be shitty somewhere, and eventually when you get better and learn, it's the same idea.
Yep,
right?
For real.
Now, did they mention? Oh, sorry, Chris.
No, go ahead. My bad.
I was just wondering, did they announce how this is going to be going to market? Are they selling Tren as a game, or is this going to be an extension from Dreams? Like, is Dreams going to have like DLC? Like, okay, you have access to a $5 pass to this game that was made inside of it. Because I don't know if you guys watched I think it was about 10-minute video of Tren. It's impressive. No doubt about it. It looks really neat, but I don't know if I'd be rushing out the door to go and pick this game up.
Yeah.
But if it was included in Dreams, I'm intrigued enough to pick up Dreams for, a model such as that.
Yeah, that's a good question. As far as I can tell, it looks like it's going to be a separate, a separate release from Dreams. That's not saying that people who already have Dreams, they can spend a little bit of money and get this included in a bundle. And that might be actually a really cool idea. Kind of like how we have the Halo Master Chief Collection, where it's just big bundle software now. That's an idea for Sony. If you got this game out there that will help you, that you can use your imagination, design your own game. But guess what? Now that you have it, we'll also let you play games that have actually been made off of this suite and things like that.
It would be neat if Dreams had its own storefront for bigger size versions of it.
Hey, we're giving them ideas. Hey. Sony and Media Molecule, if you like any of these ideas, we're willing to negotiate.
Yeah, and if you're listening, Chris needs a PlayStation. Something like this is great for kids, right?
Oh,
It opens the door to kids who want to be creative. I can't tell you how many kids want to be able to do stuff like this, that they want to be able to draw, and they want to learn how to develop games that just have no idea. And specifically kids that I work with that are 7th graders that are just really starting to make up their own ideas about games. They're able to use something that as a creative outlet. I'm gonna have to hear about it every day, which is awesome. But I think it's a great idea, and I think it actually kind of fills that gap that we were talking about with every game has to be 200 million, but you get these people developing games on things like the Dreams, and it opens the door to people to do bigger things.
Yeah, for real. Yep. All right.
Did everybody watch the video of Tren?
I did not watch all of it. I watched enough of it that I was like, you know what, we're gonna talk about it tonight on the show. I watched enough of it.
It was just. Oh, I'm sorry, Austin.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we're talking about how it's perfect for kids and untapped potential. It's essentially, for everybody that hasn't seen it, it's just the little wooden trains that come on the little wooden rails.
Yep.
Like at the doctor's office?
Yes, like every little kid has ever had.
Hmm.
So, but you know what the biggest problem with that is? For every kid, you only have, say, 40 pieces. This is just, it's an expanded room, and they include boats and they include helicopters.
It looks so cool.
It's really, really neat, and be able to just go, okay, this is a kid's play dream. Just go nuts with it.
And you know what's awesome about this is the fact that somebody on the Dreams team was like, "Hey, I'm not done messing around with this with this IP yet." And he goes off and makes his own game. I don't know if it was in his spare time or whatnot. Chances are it may have been in his own spare time and stuff like that. But But the guy was like, okay, like we made this so people can make games, but that doesn't mean we stop making games with this now. I think it's fantastic.
I was gonna say this might be a separate buy because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the Seinfeld horror spoof game that's coming out was also made on Dreams. That's getting its own separate release.
Oh God, why'd you bring that up?
Because I love Seinfeld and it looks awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? We're gonna move on.
It's for the best.
I'm looking at an Ice Cube.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna move on to our next topic here. Our final news topic for the night is about Death Stranding. Guess what, guys? Death Stranding has sold over 5 million copies. Yay!
Which is funny because I hear people talk about this game so bad.
I hear PlayStation gamers talk about this game so bad. I like the PC community is a completely different animal when it comes to Death Stranding. This news comes to us from Liam Croft via PushSquare.com. Kojima Productions today has announced that sales of Death Stranding have surpassed the 5 million mark worldwide as of March 2021. That figure accounts for both the PlayStation 4 and PC versions ahead of the director's cut release of Death Stranding, which is coming out on PS5 in September. Speaking to GamesIndustry.biz, head of publishing Jay Bohr said, with Death Stranding being the first title developed out of Kojima Productions from a sales perspective, it has performed quite well. This is the first official sales statistic attached to Hideo Kojima's latest outing since his release in November of 2019. With all that we've had to work with in the past being a minor quote out of a translated Japanese interview last year. At that time, Death Stranding was considered a sales success after recouping enough profit to be ready for the next title. Now we know sales have topped 5 million. Compared to other titles developed, funded, and supported under Sony's wing, it doesn't stack up quite as well. We know that Horizon Zero Dawn sold 10 million copies as of February 2019. Ghost of Tsushima has already topped 6.5 million in sales, and the recent Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales has web-slung 4.1 million units to PS5 and PS4 owners. The latter will obviously increase more as more PS5 stock is made available, since most people seem to want to experience the spin-off on Sony's latest hardware. Death Stranding is a very different beast compared to these other games, though, of course. Like Nellie mentioned, like it's basically a split front when you hear like what gamers say about Death Stranding. Like a lot of PlayStation gamers still don't understand this game. PC gamers are loving the hell out of it, though.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you just making deliveries. I don't know.
Which I heard that in the director's cut, they've actually got a way to like streamline that so it doesn't seem as tedious.
Okay.
Which means I'm probably just going to get the director's cut version.
Because
I also heard it's very much like you can play it the way you want to play it. You can be as violent as you want, or you can be as peaceful as you want in the game.
Yeah.
I've just seen plenty of people tripping to the pond, but that's about it.
All right, so go ahead.
So I know that a lot of people have been saying that Death Stranding might have been a failure, but I was curious, so I looked it up. With this being, you said 5 million, it's about 2 million less than Metal Gear Solid 5, 1 million less than Metal Gear Solid 4, and sold more than Metal Gear Solid 3. Wow. So I mean, it's not a terrible, like, it's in that range of where like Hideo Kojima games have been. I didn't bother looking up Silent Hill, but I think Metal Gear probably sold more than Silent Hill, just on pure guess. So to me it sounds like, you know, they got what they were expecting with a Kojima game, and you can't really complain with that. And now with the Legendary Edition on PS5, like I mean, we talked about LeRon. Now we're both jumping in on that one and Ghost of Tsushima now that's coming to PS5. So
we're just tired of Stoy talking shit about us. That's all.
Yeah.
Can
So
we get another Silent Hill game? By the way, I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there.
well,
I'll
actually,
cry.
a few weeks ago, it looks like Silent Hill is back on the. It looks like Silent Hill is back on the agenda because Konami
I heard
seems.
that Blooper Team wasn't real. That they said
Oh,
that
was it?
wasn't true.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
I
Because
heard
yeah, that's
Yeah.
because that's who it was supposed to be. And like right now, Konami has been basically shopping out like a lot of their franchises. They have other studios and teams either working on remakes or actually new properties within the franchises and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So that breaks my heart to hear that Bloober Team is not doing anything for Silent Hill.
We
Well,
need Team Silent back.
who's Team Silent?
I think that was the name of they created Silent Hill. If I'm not mistaken, yes. They
Yeah, I'm
broke
not
away from
Konami.
Kojima and then
No.
Konami, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then formed their own team.
See, I'm not the biggest Silent Hill fan. Like I was Team Resident Evil back in those days. I was not a Silent Hill fan. I'm like I want my games to scare me. I don't want them to fuck with me. I don't want them to play by
Yeah,
buses.
Silent Hill messed me up.
Exactly. And I say that, given that, I played all the Dead Space games, and Dead Space games are a mindfuck.
Oh, okay. Because it's funny because I was watching somebody play Silent Hill The Room and I saw the ending and I was like, this is the bad ending, right? And they was like, no, this is actually the good ending. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of sensitive when it comes to certain things. They was like, yeah, we understand.
On that note, though, is it time to call Death Stranding a success for both Sony and Kojima Productions?
I say yes.
I also say yes.
Did they make money? If yes, then yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'd say it's a minor success right now. I think it's a major success if we see them pair up again. I say it'd be a good for the future. But if Kojima leaves, it's like, is he gonna be?
Well, according to rumors, Sony passed on his second proposal.
Yeah.
So that led to like the giant petitions, like for people to shut down, like his possible Xbox outing and stuff like that.
Right.
Which I still believe is like just a whole bunch of like just dumb fucks being stupid.
They usually
As
are.
they are.
Yeah. But yeah.
You can't please every gamer, pretty much.
No.
Oh yes, I mean just look at Nintendo. You can't please every gamer. That. One final question before we move on to our big topic for tonight. How many more units do you think Death Stranding will land when the director's cut releases, or do we consider the director's cut a separate release?
Well, I would hope that they wouldn't sell that many more. I would hope that people would just wait for the director's cut. Because it's $10, or is it a $10 upgrade?
Actually, I think it's $20 upgrade. I think this is one of those. I think this is one of those funky ones, like Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, I guess if you could find Death Stranding on sale, then it might be better just to get the it now and then.
Which has already hit a permanent price drop. I think it's down to $40 now.
Yeah, I believe you're
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which makes the jump that makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially if they're doing a director's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is probably their way of trying to like consolidate stock that's or PS4 games are on the sales floor, because as you know, like PS4 systems are starting to dwindle down. Like Sony's not making many more of them anymore. So this might be the way of them getting rid of their stock of like the games and stuff like that. Because there's less games on the shelf, there's less of demand for the actual console.
Mm-hmm. And then we get a PS5.
Yup.
Yep, for real.
Yep. But anything that makes money can be considered a success. Nobody's ever looked around and been like, shit, I made $3 million. Right?
I just accidentally made this money.
Meant to do. Only supposed to make 1 million. I fucked up and got 2 more. Kill me in Texas.
All right. Well, that's all. that's all of our news topics. So to get the scoop on all tonight's topics, links have been provided in our Twitch stream chat, so go check them out, and then continue the conversation with us on our Twitter page at @PS_Crossroads. Before we get to our big topic, I just happened to be on the Discord earlier, and Austin, we had a question. We had a question.
Oh yes.
Now I'm not sure.
Yes.
Now I know for sure this is a trolley question. I'm not going to call out the name of who decided to troll us, but you know what? I just want to hear everybody's opinion on this one. So we have a question from the audience tonight, and that question is, I'm not naming the names. Like, we're going to spare this person because
I'm going. I want to see.
Let's just say they don't like Mountain Dew and donut combinations.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was mentioned before.
Okay.
Yeah, you see who did it right. All right. So this person's question is, if you hit all of the PlayStation consoles with the wooden bat, which one would have the best chance of surviving? You know what?
PS3 fat.
The fat PS3.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to say that PS3 kind of thick, so
It's got a lot of give at the top too.
I was gonna say the PS4 Pro.
See, I saw you say that, LeRon, but the fan is like right there, right below that little skid thing. So I figured it would just bust as soon as you hit it.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about
like
that.
the fan is like right there.
But
it's that little thin cover.
But the PS3 fat version though, like I took that thing apart because I was one of those people where basically we were getting our PlayStation version of the Red Ring of Death, which basically means like it would just stop playing games in the middle of it, and I would reflow it.
I remember that.
And so like everyone called the George Foreman lid, and for real, there's a reason why it was called. There's literally like nothing under that dome when you pull off that top case. Like there's nothing under there. It's like
nothing.
It's like all that space is there. That's where all the hot air is like collecting at in the system.
Yeah. See, I'd say the PS2, man. That PS2 is the thick PS2. I feel like you could drop that thing and it'd still be good to go. That thing is still kicking for me, no problem. Yeah,
actually knocked
my
mine
PS3
over.
sounds like a jet.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. Because I think I knocked mine down. That's the last time I actually like stood it up.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how cool that? Actually, my PS5 is standing up. Never mind.
You had to turn around. Try that with a PS1. See what happens.
Oh yeah.
Like, can you say skipping games? God.
Be just like the original Nintendo.
Hey man, Nintendo makes some solid things. That GameCube, you could throw that thing up in the air, it hits the ground, no problem. We know this because me and LeRon tried that.
Yeah.
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 In a parking lot, in a mall, with a GameCube that doesn't work. We were launching it in the air to see it. I don't think it ever broke.
It never broke. Actually, the handle split, but it never broke off.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is how we derail the troll question. We took it to Nintendo.
Yep. Yep. I guarantee you, Pal Block's gonna be in my mentions tomorrow morning.
Hilarious.
But thanks for that wonderful question. You know who you are. Like, we actually had fun talking about that topic there. But you know what? It's time to talk. It's time to talk about the topic that we are here to talk about. That is the big topic. And man, I said all that and never got tongue tied. So what the hell is going on with the other topic that I got tongue tied on like 17 trillion times?
You're excited about this one, you know.
Oh hell to the yeah! I'm excited for this one because this is what we came to do. Austin, we've been ready for this. We've been ready for this for like a solid week. We have.
I mean, we've been really waiting on this for a long time.
Yes, yes.
Ever since this show started, I'm sure, before I even came on.
All right, so here we go. It's time for the big topic tonight. And that big topic, we are talking about the deadly space of Dead Space and its upcoming remake. That's right, guys. If you've been living under a rock, I just want you to know right now, Dead Space is back. Dead Space is back and it's coming back, and we here at Crossroads, we are ready for it. Because at Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast, this crew is known for talking incessantly about 3 specific gaming franchises. That being God of War, Resistance Fall of Man, and a little-known science fiction action horror game simply called Dead Space. If you need to look for a crew on the Boss Rush Network that are ride or die cheerleaders for Dead Space, you tune the Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast, on twitch.tv/Exodus803, Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know, I added all that in. That wasn't actually part of it. I had to do it.
Hey, he's just trying to get a free copy at this point.
So
don't believe all of it. Go ahead.
Just stop it.
I got to defend myself. Sorry.
I know. You're just waiting for the next like Resident Evil like bro and sister fest. I know what it is.
No, I actually want to go ahead. We're gonna talk about it.
All right. If you were checking us out live right now in the chat, like I just put the link up to the official reveal trailer on youtube.com to watch that freaking video. Go do it right now because we're about to talk about it. Because when that reveal was dropped for the remake of Dead Space, Crossroads, we knew that we couldn't let this go without making it a big topic for the show. And here it is. This is our big topic for the night. All right. So during the EA Play Live last week, EA gave the masses a much-wanted reveal trailer for a long-dormant fan-favorite franchise from their library. And you know what? Every fan was absolutely delighted for this as soon as it happened because it had been speculation for, almost 2 months about what was going on with this franchise?
Oh, yeah.
It got to the point where we rumor controlled that there was no Dead Space remake coming because we were tired of people putting rumors out there that it was coming.
I'm pretty sure the day before they announced it, I texted you because I hadn't heard anything about it, and you were like, "No, it's just not real." And then the next day, they fucking dropped the trailer.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's hilarious. By the way,
made me look like a jackass.
It's really not that hard if you think about it.
Oh, this is.
I said
you walked into that one.
Guys, this is the last night we're having Chris on the show.
Chris, you're always welcome.
All right.
I'll be here every night just to piss him off.
The new Dead Space is set to be more than just a standard remaster, as the game will feature completely rebuilt assets and all new technology to harness the power of next-gen gaming consoles. The game developer behind this is Motive, who is handling the remake of the 2008 hit space horror game that scared the hell out of fans across the globe and made moms hate video games even more. I say that because, like, if you guys remember, EA had a marketing campaign where it was like, "Your mom hates Dead Space," and all they did was they sat a whole bunch of women down and showed them all the death scenes that happens to Isaac in the first game. And I don't know for sure if they were actual paid actors or not. But my God, like that was some hilarity. All right, going back to this though, the game is coming exclusively to next-gen platforms, including PC, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series X and S consoles. The brief in-game teaser trailer that was trotted out shows a very gross, derelict hallway with the necromorph appearing under a flickering light. Then we see the iconic suit that Isaac wore in the original and a scrawled warning to cut off their limbs. By the way, the necromorph appearing under the flickering light, that's actually a call out to Dead Space 2 when Isaac was trying to get out of the infirmary, and then the lights hit him from behind and he sees a shadow of a necromorph. That was a call out to Dead Space 2. In a press release, EA says the remake will raise the level of horror and immersion to unprecedented heights for the franchise through stunning visuals, audio, and controls powered by the Frostbite game engine. Fans will experience an improved story, characters, gameplay mechanics, and more as they fight to survive a living nightmare aboard a desolate mining starship, the USG Ishimura, and my skin crawls already just reading that name. Mm-hmm. And all this is while uncovering the dreadful mystery of what happened to the slaughtered crew and the ship. All right, guys. All right. So I know Nellie and Jack. I know you guys haven't really played Dead Space and stuff like that. So I apologize right now for how me, Austin, and Chris are about to react.
I'm very sorry.
No, I'm excited.
Yeah, as am I. I'm already sold on picking up in the the re-release. So I'm strapping in. Are you gonna
Are you going to contain yourself and not buy the original trilogy? Because I think I think the trilogy, you can find the trilogy for $30.
Yeah, I've looked it up prior to being on the show, so I do already have an extensive backlog. But if I can clear through a chunk of that or a gift card or so, might appear for a holiday or something like that, I might have to pick it up.
Okay.
Because it looks like this one's going to
Apparently
be a
Guido
while.
started GoFundMe.
Yeah.
All right. Real talk. Each one of those games can be beat individually under 10 hours. Each one of those games, unless you're a big bitch like me, because the original Dead Space scared the living hell out of me. Like, here's my background. Like, I was so sick of survival horror games. Like Resident Evil just basically buried me. Like, I was tired of the formula and stuff like that, and so I really didn't. I bought Resident Evil 4. But I never beat it. And then, like a dumbass, I bought it on GameCube, and then I bought it again for PS2. Even though I knew I never beat it on GameCube, so why the hell did I get it for PS2? I don't understand. And I completely skipped the PS5 version. I'm sorry, not PS5, Resident Evil 5 and stuff like that. So I was burnt out on survival horror games. I was not playing any more of them. And then I saw the original trailer for the original Dead Space game, and the first thing I got off of this, and I think Chris, you can agree with me, like the vibe was like Event Horizon meets freaking Alien.
Mm-hmm.
And two of my favorite sci-fi movies, I was hooked. I was like, oh, I'm getting this game. It's a day one purchase for me. I don't care. And then I realized that I was one of those people that I hate dying in scary games. So I would take my time going through every freaking room, every corridor, crawling around and stuff like that. Dead Space was a joyride for me. And the Yoshi Ishimura, like for most gamers in this day and age, if they were part of the Xbox 360 or PS3 era of gaming, if you just say the word Ishimura, like you're going to get a visible reaction from these people. You are because that was 12 chapters of pure hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
12. Yeah, you were on that ship for 12 whole chapters. Like the original game was 14 chapters. 12 of those chapters was on that damn ship.
Yep.
And it was like
terrifying.
It's basically like there was a term that Sigourney Weaver described when she was in the Alien when they were in Aliens and Alien Resurrection. It was called spam in a can. And when you hear that term, and then when you play Dead Space for the first time, you understand what that term means. you start to understand what that term means, because I mean they're coming out of walls. Like the ship has been reconfigured, to fit this. It's a disease / an alien design, whatever. It's crazy. It's crazy. And like I said, like when I say this game fucked with me, But it was a joy. And you know what, Chris, I hate you because you were the one that was like, don't play this game during the daytime.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And we would leave work. I actually watched him do a lot of his original run when he played through it, because that's how I got into it. Is he's like, dude, you got to play this game. Okay, you got to play this game. And I watched him play it, and I went and fucking bought it the next day at work, and then I was hooked. But the way that they constructed the game was just brilliant. The way they use sound, and I'll give you a story. I was talking to LeRon earlier, and I didn't remind you of this one, but when I originally played it, I was playing it at night, and the girl that I was dating at the time was asleep, and she woke up and she tapped me and she said, "I need you to stop playing this." And I was like,
"Oh, that's awesome."
For fucking why? And she was like, "Because it's literally giving me nightmares, just the noises, and it's just like scratching noises and like the ambient sound, like shit's coming, but no matter what you do, you're just it's gonna get you. Like it's scary. It's genuinely scary, and it's just so good."
I tell you guys, like I feel like the original developers. Okay, so Visceral Games made the Dead Space trilogy, but for the first game, they were actually called EA Redwood. So they didn't actually have a full name. They were just like a design team at EA Studios and stuff like that. They eventually went on to become Visceral Games and stuff like that. But I tell you, man, like I feel like those guys were fans of some of the classic horror movies from John Carpenter's The Thing to Ridley Scott's Alien to Paul W.S. Anderson's Event Horizon and stuff like that. Like there's so many tropes of sci-fi horror in it. You've got the body mutilation, you've got the psychoses, you've got just the sheer terror of being like isolated and alone in situations and stuff like that. Like this game will traumatize you if you're not in the right headspace for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went back to it. It's a lot of fun. I went back to it last night and I got a lot of that same feeling back. Like
Chris,
the go ahead.
No, Chris, you were talking about the sound design for this game.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how this game messes with your head. When you got into 0G, you don't hear sound.
Oh,
The only sounds you hear,
just hit you.
the only sounds you hear is Isaac's breathing behind his helmet, and if something attacks you and hits you, you'll hear his screams. That's all you hear out in the vacuum of space. But to put that on the flip side, there's in chapter 4, you have to go to the engine room to restart the engines and stuff like that, because the ship is starting to list and it may actually crash into the planet that has been orbiting around and stuff like that. When you step into the engine room, it just sounds like 17 trillion tractor trailers just like running in circles around you and stuff like that. They play it up with the sound, and it's amazing. The sound design.
It's immersive.
And then if that wasn't bad enough, then the music, the actual horror soundtrack, will also grab you. And sometimes the ambient noise of the game will mask the actual music of the game itself, so you don't know you're being attacked because all the sound is going on.
Mm-hmm.
I like a good sound design too.
Yeah.
So that really. Oh, I bet. So play it with headphones, pretty much, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Hell
no.
yeah.
You will not pay me money to play that game with headphones on. As a matter of
Everybody
fact,
has a price.
I played every Dead Space game, and I'm like, the best I will do you is the surround sound.
Yeah.
That is I'm not. No, hell no.
See, I like listening to sounds. Like I like listening to sounds. Like, is it coming from my left? Is it coming from my right? I like that.
No. See, I have 7.1 surround headphones. No, you're not gonna catch me as playing in my ears like it's directly behind my, breathing on my neck. No, screw that.
That's how you get punched, because somebody's gonna come up to you and tap you. And be like,
Yeah.
You know what, LeRon? We gotta talk about your headphones because I want those when I play it. Then.
Oh, these?
Yes. I'm going all out.
Well, I'm getting ready to replace these. So like, there's nothing wrong with them. I just had them for years and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with them. So I'm getting ready to replace these. So I might just hook you up.
All right, sweet.
All right.
I might stream it. I should stream it.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I plan on streaming. I plan on taking all 31 days of October to stream all 3 games.
Nice.
Yeah, I plan on this like last year for Halloween I did Alien Isolation.
Oh, you know what we should do then?
What's that?
You stream it and we commentate on it.
Oh man.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. We'll have to get that together.
That could be like our Halloween stream.
Yeah. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I like that. I like that.
I'll come back for that.
I wonder if there's a game that you can have where it's like a haunted house where other people, your friends, can control what comes out of the walls and stuff like that.
Why are you
I wonder
giving?
if that's the thing.
Why are you giving people ideas?
I don't know.
That sounds perfect.
That's a genius idea. It's genius level.
Of
right
course,
here.
Of course,
Copyright that shit.
Of course, only.
I would have to make dreams. I would have to make that a dream soon.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
we got Super Mario Maker, so build your own levels.
So going back to the topic real quickly, because I kind of went off on a tangent, but I had to talk about it. And Chris, I'm gonna give you and Austin some moments to talk about your experience with the games too. But going back to the article real quickly, Dead Space creator Glenn Schofield has said he's excited to see what EA Motive Studio does with the with the newly announced Dead Space remake. Reacting to the news, Schofield tweeted, directing the original Dead Space was one of the highlights of my career. Excited to see what EA at Motive Studio team does with it. And Motive responded to Schofield's tweet by saying, "You paved the way for us, Glenn. Looking forward to the Callisto Protocol as well." Which, by the way, the Callisto Protocol, that is the next title from the Visceral Games studio that is no longer part of EA that I will be getting. Yes, you know, as soon as I saw
that I know about it,
as soon as I saw that trailer, I was like, "Oh, this is the Dead Space team." As soon as I saw that trailer, like, yeah. Chris, I'll find you that trailer and I'll send it to you later. But
please do.
Yeah. The Dead Space series launched in 2008 and has not seen a new installment since 2013's Dead Space 3. We will have words about that in a moment. Don't you say anything, Chris? The franchise's original developer, Visceral Games, was closed by EA in 2017. Subsequently, a number of former Dead Space developers are currently working on the Callisto Protocol, a survival horror game that's set in the PUBG universe. It's debut title. It's the debut title from Striking Distance, which is the new studio led by former Visceral general manager Glenn Schofield. One of Schofield's first hires at Striking Distance was the studio's chief development officer, Steve Paputsits. You may recognize that name. That name was prominent in Dead Space 2 and 3. At Visceral, Paputsits led development on the Dead Space franchise and eventually became the studio's general manager after Schofield departed to establish Activision's Sledgehammer Games. Chris, you're our guest.
All right. For starters, I want to know why you can say Paputsits but couldn't say PlayStation Plus. Let's start there. Like, I can't even say that word, but you were like like it was the only word you know.
Because I'm in the zone right now. I'm talking about something I love. You know,
that's why I'm even here. I loved that game. Like, you got me into that game, right? Like, yeah. We had a whole competition about it that I have lost because I never went back and actually platinum. But there were 3 of us. We all like competed every day. Like, we were like, how close do you get to platinum? We all just kind of hyping each other up. And for that first one.
we were coming in shifts at GameStop.
Yep.
It got to a point. Our boss at the time, Greg, he was starting to get pissed off about how much we were talking about the game.
Yep. Yeah, we sell other things here. No, the fuck we don't, Greg. Sell Dead Space store now.
It for the customers.
Hey! If they want to stay there and listen to our conversation, that was on them.
Exactly. We sold a ton of those though, and like,
we
and
did.
Even when they announced the second one, we were able to sell a bunch of those too. I got the collector's edition and everything with that.
Oh yeah.
I bought the fucking hoodie. I told my wife I want to be buried in this thing. That's it. Like I said, if you whatever you do with me, donate me to science. Just make sure I'm wearing this hoodie.
Is that the Ishimura Plant Cracker hoodie?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep that.
I love this thing.
It's
got the name with it's got the life bar on the back. I love this thing.
Now that is, you know, I'm glad you said something about the life bar. Okay, so one of the coolest things about Dead Space was the lack of a HUD, like the lack of a heads-up display. Basically, everything that you saw about your character from his health to his actual like ammo and equipment status and stuff like that. It was all integrated into the environment. Basically meaning like when he pulled out his gun, you would see a holo display of how much ammo he had. If he needed to use weapons, or if he needed to use certain items and stuff like that, it was all part of an interface on what they called the rig. The rig was his life bar. It was basically a giant, basically like an LED like light bar going down his spine that indicated how much health you had. Like, yeah, what Chris is pointing at right now, stuff like that. And the reason why they did that is because it was a design choice to keep you as immersed into the game as possible without taking you away from the actual what's going on in the environment, stuff like that.
And it worked.
Now you'll like this. The reason why we have Dead Space is because we had Resident Evil 4. The team sat down, they were wowed with what they saw about Resident Evil 4, and they just wanted to make something like that. But one of the things they discovered while making Dead Space and using Resident Evil 4 as the source material, there was one thing that was a fundamental flaw for Resident Evil 4, and that was the fact that you could not move and shoot at the same time. And they actually found a way in the game's engine to get that worked out and stuff like that. And trust me, it's a game changer. As a matter of fact, it's one of the things that I actually loved about Dead Space, coming from like having to put down Resident Evil 4. But the fact that you can move and shoot, that opens things up. It doesn't make you as big of a target, even though like the way Visceral Games got around that is like, yeah, you can move and shoot, but do you want to move and shoot when you're being hoarded by a bunch of necromorphs?
So it gets you thinking pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Those things
I'm
move
telling
quick.
you, I might have to download it tonight.
Speaking of ones that move, right? Okay, so you have your regular necromorph, and the way necromorphs are, basically necromorphs are reanimated dead bodies, but they're not just reanimated like zombies. Like they're actually basically like terraformed like dead bodies. So basically, like just imagine the most horrible mangled up body that you've ever seen, and now it's gotten up and it's chasing after you intelligently. All right, so you've got the regular run-of-the-mill necromorphs, basically, right? But then you have what we like to. They never actually gave an actual name to this, but we called them the supers, where basically they are like the same necromorphs except they're darker skinned. Like, I don't want to say black. They're darker skinned. They move faster, and they're bullet sponges.
Oh, okay.
But then
like burnt too or something like that.
Yeah, but then it gets better because remember, like most of these necromorphs are dead human beings, right? Some of them, if they were killed and they had active stasis units on their system, they become what's called twitchers, which means now they move super fast. When I say super fast, it's like their blurs going across the screen and they're coming dead at you.
Okay.
And then there were the babies.
I just saw the babies. That's why I had that face on my head.
Yeah.
And there were the babies.
And then the what did it called? The fly trap. I just saw that. I was like, okay.
Oh God! Oh, you said fly traps, and that just reminded me. God, do you remember having to go through the freaking arboretum?
Yes.
the botanical bay, like the freaking where they grew like the plants and vegetables and stuff. Oh my God! And you know what was stupid about that, right? You would get attacked in that area of the game, and I swear to you were hearing like monkeys and chimpanzees like basically howling and stuff like that. But there's no monkeys in there. Like it's basically like necromorphs coming at you. And I was like, why are we hearing Tarzan and jungle sounds right now? It was freaking ridiculous. All right. I'm having way too much fun talking about this, Austin.
I'm getting really excited.
We haven't given you a chance to talk.
I'm right there with you, Ellie.
I mean, I've been enjoying listening to you guys. I'm just excited to play this game. I'm just thinking about all the different things. I love the no HUD use. If Nellie and Jack aren't sold on this game yet, just the idea that in this game you feel so out of control at almost every point in this game. Like never do you feel in control of this game. You're an engineer. You don't even have normal weapons. It's just, it's honestly might be the most perfect horror game, if I'm being quite honest, as far as just like, it's not my favorite story in a horror game, but it's just like it's best as far as like your surroundings and the gameplay of it all, making you feel like you have a little bit of control, but not too much. I can't wait for the 3D audio stuff, because just seeing what Hellblade did with theirs, then imagining what Dead Space is going to do with theirs now, it's going to be so good. And if you're not playing with headphones, I have a little less respect for you. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'm sorry. You automatically have less respect than me. I'm sorry, Austin. I'm sorry. I mean, we've come a long way, over the past 40 some odd episodes and stuff like that. So, if I have to take a little bit of disrespect from you, I get it.
Yeah, you earned that one, pal. No headphones.
All right, I got a sound technicality question here then, because I have a surround sound system and I have these headphones. How big of a difference are you talking? I mean, I'm pretty happy with my sound system, but I haven't really played too many horror games with headphones on.
The headphones take, like, if you're sitting in a room playing something with surround sound, you can hear other motherfuckers coming. If you got those headphones on, you can't hear them. So if
you have to calibrate. You have to calibrate
it,
your headphones.
Yeah, well, it's not even so much that you're so much more immersed in it that you forget everything else that's going on around you.
There's that.
Yeah, that's how, like I said, that's how people get hit.
You know what? Speaking of, because I mentioned Alien Isolation earlier, and Austin and Nellie, they can tell you I was traumatized like that whole weekend I was playing that game during Halloween. You know what? I finally sat down and unpacked that game, and I realized after because I still was kind of thrown for a loop after I beat the game. I just realized something though. There was never just one xenomorph in that game. Like the entire time you're playing the game, you're thinking it's the one xenomorph chasing you until you get to a certain spoiler alert. You get to a certain point and there's a whole nest of them. It still didn't click on me while I was playing the game live. That I have been being dogged down by the same xenomorph. I've been dogged down by the whole hive.
No, yeah,
yeah. Like it just dawned on me.
I heard.
See, wow. I hate Alien Isolation even more. That scares me even more just because I suck at stealth so bad that it's just like I don't want to do this no more.
Okay, the Alien movies
like that and Outlast.
The Alien movies used to give me night terrors as a kid, and I swear to God, Dead Space almost reactivated that shit for me when I was playing it. And I'm a grown ass man.
See, I like being scared though. I like being scared. I don't know why.
I'm right there with you. Yeah, I can't believe I missed over these games, so I'm more excited.
I love the exhilaration of being scared when I'm playing a game, but at the same time, the apprehension I have, because I just hate. I hate dying in horror games. I can die all day long in games like Uncharted, Mega Man, but I hate dying in horror games. So like it's something about like for example in Resident Evil 3 Remake, getting swallowed up one whole time by those gamma hunters.
Yes,
it's a one-hit kill.
Oh yeah,
it's a one-hit kill. If you get
scream is brutal.
yeah. I hate dying in horror games. It's just a thing. So just imagine like creeping around, like the ship is dark, you're hearing all these weird sounds, like lights are flashing because like there's malfunctions going on, and as you're walking up and down the corridors, you can hear things in the vents like stalking you. Yep. I hate dying in horror games.
Yeah. Man. Oh. I can't believe I never played this. And like I said, I had a professor that was trying to teach our class, and he just kept going back to Dead Space, and I'm like, I need to play this, and never got around to it.
I can't believe there are gamers out there. This game is almost 10 years old.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir, math is hard, but it 2008. It's 20.
No. Yeah. My bad math. I'm sorry. Like this, like this game is closer to 20 years old.
Yeah. We were having that conversation earlier too.
Yeah, like some key points real quickly about the Dead Space remake, and we'll go ahead and get ready to wrap this topic up. Some of the key points for the Dead Space remake. Number one, EA Motive has said that the Dead Space remake will come with accessibility options, opening up the franchise to a wider audience. Something that is also really important for us was not there 12 years ago, is all the options and different ways to play the game if you need it, which was said by the I don't have his first name, Campos Oriola, who is one of the developers on the team right now. All these elements of accessibility will definitely be something important for us in terms of opening the Dead Space experience to a broader set of people that didn't necessarily have the opportunity or could play the game when it came out. You know what? I read that statement, and all I hear is VR. That's all I hear.
All I heard was they're just going to try to make Dead Space 3 Gears of War this time again, because that's like they changed it. They made it more accessible with Dead Space 3, right? They took out a lot of what to me made it clever, and they made Gears of War, and that's not what I want in a Dead Space game. I bought Dead Space because I want to play Dead Space. If I wanted to play Gears of War, I would have played Gears of War. Right?
Okay, this is where you and I diverge because like I definitely didn't have I definitely did not have a real I didn't have any problems with Dead Space. By the time we had a Dead Space 3, I was invested in the story. Like if the scares were there, like that was a bonus. But I was invested in the story because as a person who writes and stuff like that, like the story is how you hook me. Like that, like the action be damned, and I think that's honestly where I get into trouble at when I have like these headbutt sessions with some of the people in Boss Rush Network. Like they're all about the gameplay and all about the damn story. I'm like, shit. Can you keep me compelled and keep me loving your character? This is how you know like you have a really good game. I didn't beat the original Spider-Man game because I was so invested in the characters that when I knew the game was coming to an end, I was like, I am not ready to stop this story. Not too many games do that. If I'm ready to beat your game, then that means I'm done with your game. If I don't want to beat your game, that means you have a masterpiece as far as I'm concerned and stuff like that. So by the time we got to Dead Space 3, the Dead Space 3 definitely it went the same route that like a lot of horror movies go in modern day. The first game,
mainstream.
The first game is really scary. It's edge of your seat. The second game bumps up a little action, but still keeps the horror elements to it. And the third game might just be balls to the walls action. By you get to that point. And Dead Space 3. Yeah, and Dead Space 3 basically was like, basically like more action than anything else. And it was definitely who put this Gears of War in my Dead Space? It was definitely one of those like situations, stuff like that.
Well, I think it does. Like, I think one's better than two. I think two's better than three. I think it kind of digresses just because I like what Dead Space 1 did better. But I think 2's story really is what starts to hook you into the whole series. But then I would love to see 3 remade just because of all the snow that's in 3. Like
that was the other thing too. Like the environment in Dead Space 3, it was something different because at that point, and we're gonna talk about this in shortly. At that point, like there was not really space was the only environment you dealt with. Oh, if you were out on the skin of the ship too long, you died because you ran out of oxygen. Stuff like that.
They could find like oxygen tanks and shit.
Yeah, stuff like that. But when we got to Tal Volantis, see, that's how I was like dialed into the series. We got to Tal Volantis, and then we had like the harsh, cold environment, and you couldn't breathe.
Yeah,
it was still a lifeless rock.
As far as story goes, like they really invested in the story too. Like even before the first game came out, you got the motion comics, the movies, like the animes and stuff. And like you're right,
there was two novels that were released with the first Dead Space game.
Exactly. Like
and
story is important.
And they weren't adaptations of what happened in the game. They were unique stories. One was a prequel, and one was kind of like a epilogue to the game.
Right. And all of that is really, really good, and that's what made the first one special. Is what made us excited for the second one and excited for the third one. But any story only goes so far. Like Romeo and Juliet, it's great, but would you watch a Tommy Wiseau directed Romeo and Juliet? No, I don't want to see the room with that kind of stuff in it. Like, right? Yeah. No, absolutely not. So I just want it, I don't know.
Trust me. I understand.
I was frustrated.
I understand where you came from and stuff like that. I really did. But for me, like I was dialed into the story at that point. Like if it just wound up being an action game that didn't scare me that much, like whatever. Like at this point, I need to be more invested in the universe and stuff like that. And the sad part is that Dead Space 3 ended on like one of the worst hooks. For EA to pull the trigger and say, you know what, no more. Like it
was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I've been waiting for more Dead Space for almost 10 years.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys that are planning on playing it, but when you get to Dead Space 3, go ahead and just automatically spend the $10 for the Dead Space Awakened DLC, and you wait to play that game after you beat the main story of the Dead Space 3 game. You will not be disappointed. You will love me for it. If you don't love me for it, I'll buy you a 6-pack or something.
The sad thing with that DLC is I never played it because I didn't like the way Dead Space 3 played so much. I felt robbed.
that's why I said, like, I feel like you did yourself a disservice because like, in all honesty, if you played the Dead Space Awakened DLC from Dead Space 3, it was the only DLC. It was the only DLC that was story based, because the other problem with Dead Space 3 was, like, they introduced microtransactions into it, which, you know what,
As EA is apt to do. Battlefield 2,
yeah,
Battlefront 2.
and
Nice.
the crazy part is, like, all you have to do, honestly, is if you need to spend money on Dead Space 3, buy the Awakened DLC. That's one thing, and then spend an additional $15 because you get an extra tracker bot and two other things. But these other things are not part of the microtransaction process. Like the tracker bot will actually get you more loot materials while you're playing the game and stuff like that. Whoop. Yeah.
I'm still here.
Yeah. I see you.
My sweat, dude, I've been wearing this sweatshirt this whole time. I am like super melting.
It's cool.
Chris just had to rock it.
Yeah.
Dude, I could not come on the Dead Space and not wear my favorite thing ever.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna leave it at one more. I had 3 key points, but I'm gonna leave it at one more key point, and then we're gonna unpack the questions on this, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show. Another key point that was made in the interviews for the Dead Space remake is that the Dead Space remake may add content that did not make it into the original 2008 game. Roman Campos Oriola, that's his name. The creative director behind the Dead Space remake has hinted that we may see bits of content in the game that were not featured in the original 2008 version of the celebrated survival horror title. While chatting with IGN, he revealed that the team at EA Motive has access to all the assets from the original Dead Space game, which includes some designs from the first chapter that did not make it to the final cut. As such, there's a chance that some of those elements could make it back into the remake of the sci-fi horror outing. All right, so there it is. I put all the links in our Twitch chat. We're gonna briefly talk about some things, go over a few questions and stuff like that. Basically, hey, Austin, I didn't hear enough from you. What was your fondest memory from the original Dead Space game?
Honestly, I'm gonna be real basic here, but the first time I played it, because I didn't play the first Dead Space until after they all had come out. So I borrowed them from my friend and binge watch them. And I really didn't know what I was getting into when I played the first game. I was at his house. I was at my best friend's house and saw the cover art for the first game and thought it was so cool looking, with just, the arm sticking out.
The severed arm.
Just severed arm sticking out.
Yes.
And you know me, I love like the real like basic cover arts. Like I love Resistance 3. Of course, I had to bring Resistance into this episode. But Dead Space 1, I was like, man, this looks like a cool game. And he's like, I was like, what kind of game is it? And dude, this guy lied to me, because he's my best friend. He knew what he was doing. He's like, it's just like it's like an alien shooting game. I was like, okay. And he didn't tell me it was a horror game. So just like going into like, it's like super dark, you can't see anything, and you have your you probably know what it's actually called, but the way that guides you through the from the spaceship. So I was like doing that, and then all of a sudden I see this this 4-armed leg thing. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. Just comes straight at you, just starts cutting into you, biting your neck, and I'm like, what? And then
Expect you to run from it.
Oh man! And then like the plasma cutter, of course, like you see that you can shoot off their arms really easy, and just being like, oh, this is just a different type of game. And then getting into the puzzles and stuff, and then I was hooked from that.
Nellie, Jack.
I like puzzles.
Nellie, Jack. I have a challenge for you guys. There's an actual trophy in the game called the One Gun.
Is that where you complete the game with one gun?
With the plasma cutter, the very first
it's the best gun
in
the game.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the
plasma
cutter was so OP that they took it away from you in Dead Space 3.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
Yeah. The plasma
down.
cutter.
Oh, dude.
I would say I would say do yourself a favor in your very first run because it takes at least 2 runs to get the platinum. The reason why, if you play it on PlayStation, it takes 2 runs to get platinum because you have to play it on the most brutal hardcore difficulty. You can't get access set until you beat the game. So I would say I would say
Impossible.
Is it impossible? Is it impossible mode?
I think it was.
Okay.
Because this is like going back to like the that was like my favorite part. My favorite memory of the game was that doing that shit with you guys. So
yeah. Oh, and the cool thing about it is that your progress, because you got New Game Plus, so your progress from the original game carried over to the next game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is used when you play it on the hardest fucking setting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
suit.
So like my challenge to you guys is on your first playthrough, just pump all your upgrades into the plasma cutter and just use that. Trust me, the game is very playable and very beatable with the plasma cutter. People think the plasma cutter is a basic weapon. It is not.
It is the best. I
Best
actually
weapon in the
did
game.
that on accident. That's how I beat it the first time, was just with the plasma cutter. I didn't even try to use any
man.
other weapons.
Oh,
This
but
is
they
a
got,
lot.
I didn't get the
but they have some
trophy
cool ass
because
weapons.
I did
They
use other
do.
weapons, but I wanted the plasma cutter.
Man,
The-
the
line
line
cutter.
rack. Oh my god. The line rack is basically the plasma cutter's big brother. That's all it is. Yeah, it's like the bazooka version of the plasma cutter.
Yeah, if
Oh,
it did
boy.
steroids since 1985, that's what it was.
Yeah. Here's a question for you guys. What features do you want to see? What features from the Dead Space arc overall, like all the games, would you want to see incorporated into the Dead Space remake? I'm going to tell you this right now. The one thing I want in the Dead Space remake, you remember in Dead Space 2 and 3 when you got to do spacewalking and you actually had thrusters on your freaking suit now, so you could actually do zero G stuff. I want them to put that in the game because it was annoying in the first game where basically what you had to do is you had your magnetic boots. And basically, when you need to get to one part or the other to the skin of the ship that you couldn't walk from, you actually had to launch yourself off and hope you make it to where you're getting to, so he could land on it. But they changed that in Dead Space 2 and 3 to where like you actually had thrusters in your shoes and stuff like that, so you could actually like propel yourself now and stuff like that. And here's a cool thing: in Dead Space 2, like whoever was doing the development for Dead Space 2, they also had to be an Iron Man fan because there was a section of Dead Space 2 where you had to get off of an asteroid that was moving away from where you were supposed to be at. You launch yourself and then basically he lands and he does the Iron Man pose.
Oh, nice.
When I first saw the suit, I thought about Iron Man for some reason.
Oh, trust me.
It's very similar.
Trust me, like the spacesuits are amazing, but man, I still feel like the best spacesuit out of all the Dead Space games was the actual one that was designed for the actual ad campaign. I can't remember the name of it, but that was a sleek ass suit. And I loved it. And every time, and as soon as I unlocked it, that was the only suit I played. And the other cool thing about it is like the only game. Actually, wasn't Dead Space 1 the only game where the suits made a difference as far as buffs and stuff like that? Because basically Dead Space 2 and 3 there wasn't. Actually, no, Dead Space 3 brought it back because like you had the environmental suits for when you're in the cold areas and stuff like that.
Yeah, kind of brought it back. I mean, there's a big difference between that and the tank suit, which is like super key when you don't want to die on the hardest setting ever.
True.
Right, so that was important, and I disagree with you on the thrusters. They can't have that in the first one because why the hell would he have thrusters if he doesn't know what's going to be there? Right? Like if he's going there to do stuff, it just didn't make. It would make sense that he'd be like, oh shit, there's going to be these things that are going to try to kill me. I'm probably going to have to go in space. Let me hook those on. But if he's getting off the ship originally, right? It made sense to me.
Listen, screw your logic. Screw your logic.
Hey, it's why I'm here. Right? I like that part of it.
And so I'm thinking about your question. I don't really want them to add too much from the other games. I don't really want them to add much at all.
So basically, what you're saying is like we don't want them to do to Mass Effect 1 what they did for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Basically,
I haven't played it yet, but I'm gonna go with yes.
I
will agree with that. Also, having not played Mass Effect Legendary Edition, why change? It worked.
Wait, are we talking about the same game? Mass Effect 1? Are we talking about the same game?
No.
Are
I'm
you
talking
talking
about like.
Mega-
Oh,
are
okay.
you talking about the
Oh, okay.
Mega
Okay.
I'm talking
stuff?
about the original one. Like, why would they change
Okay,
things?
okay.
Even with Mass Effect 1, why would they change things?
No.
Like, if something works,
Are you
it's
talking about the
obviously working.
Mako stuff?
The Mako
I don't
stuff.
know
the,
what
Ma-
they did.
the Mako stuff was trash. The
On
Mako,
the new one?
technically, the Mako stuff still is trash, but it's a little bit better. It's better trash. It's trash you
Okay.
don't mind. It's trash you don't mind having beside the street.
Well, see, that's the
It's
thing with Dead Space
McDonald's
is like
stuff.
there's not a single really area where I would want them to change.
Uh-huh.
I would just like improvements as far as like the way it looks and the way it sounds and
Oh,
stuff.
so basically, you're telling me I'm being an entitled gamer right now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I'm just saying
fight
you need to
words.
support. People need to support it, and then maybe we'll get a Dead Space 2 remake. You know, in the same vein.
Yes.
I will say, I looked up the platinum rarity. It's 4.1% on Dead Space 1.
Wait, are you telling me after all this time, only 4.1% of the gaming population got the platinum?
Yeah, so if you go to PSN profiles, 15% of the people who use PSN profiles have the platinum trophy, but most people who use PSN profiles really care about trophies.
True.
But if you scroll over, it'll show you like what it is on like PSN, and it's only 4.1%.
Wow.
There's
Easy.
50,255 platinum achievers on PSN profiles. So
Okay.
I'll tell you what it was. It was that damn thing where you shoot the meteors as they're coming at the ship, and they're like, "You can't take any damage." Fucking everything.
The ADS cannons. Oh my
Yes.
god, that is the one. That's the one part. Austin, remember when we had Ed on the show back in December? He was complaining about that. The ADS cannons. You remember that?
I'm looking at all the trophies to see what the next, like, what's the most uncommon one, and it looks like there's one that's like maxed out, which is all the upgrades. The ADS cannon with 50% over 50% shield strength remaining, and then the 0G basketball, the level 6 0G basketball.
That one. Oh, that one. Whew, that one was. That was a challenge.
And then 16% completed the game on the hardest difficulty setting, which is actually the most rare one. So actually completing on the hardest difficulty setting is the one that's gotten people tripped up the most.
See, I feel like we just all, when we were doing that, we just all put our heads down and we're like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna do it, and then we all did it in like a couple days, just without probably any sleep or sanity, but like we got that trophy.
Man, the ADS cannon. I remember if I got below 70%, there was no way I was going to get the trophy. So I immediately just like reloaded the save file. Like if enough asteroids hit that I was under 70%, you just re-rolled your save file and started over.
Yep. Nope. I didn't have time for all that. Even when I did have time for all of that, which was then, I wasn't. No.
All right. Well, you know what? We've spent enough of your guys' time talking about Dead Space. Jack, Nellie, I apologize for subjecting you to all that, but I think we
You're
got
fine.
you. I think we got you guys on board to play the games.
Yep. Yeah. I'm
Should've
looking
been
forward
played
to
it.
it. Yeah, exactly. I'm mad at myself that I hadn't played it in the past.
Oh, well, you know what? The good thing about it is like the game still. Actually, honestly, the game still stands up. Like the first Dead Space game, there is some clunkiness to it, but the game is still enjoyable and playable at this point and stuff like that. Like like I recently tried to play it, and honestly, my trauma of being on the Ishimura just could not get me past chapter 5.
I highly suggest it playing on Xbox backwards compatibility though, because it holds up perfectly.
Yeah, and also the game seemed like it was developed on Xbox technology, so it actually plays better on Xbox.
That's what I was playing it on when I was playing it last night.
Yeah, like it even plays better. I feel like it even plays better on the Xbox than it does on the PC.
Now, LeRon, I see
Yes.
that your third question is it a day one purchase. I assume all three of us are getting it day one.
Oh,
I'm interested in if I assume
100%.
I want to know if Nellie and Jack are feeling the same way. Would this be a day one purchase for you guys?
I am. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm very excited for this now. So I'm definitely
Did I
sold.
Hey, we did our job.
think
We did our
the
job tonight. We did our job tonight.
We converted people.
Actually, I was already interested. Like I said, I don't know why I just overlooked it.
Yeah,
We all have
memories.
those games. There's games where I'm like, I don't know why I haven't played.
Hold on. Okay. So, did Dead Space 1 have a shocking moment? Because I know Dead Space 2 had a seriously shocking moment. And
The very end.
no. Wait. Oh, for Dead Space 1?
For Dead Space 1.
Yeah.
For Dead Space 1, you think you finished the whole game. You're sitting in the thing, and when he kind of leans back, you know what I'm talking about? I think that's the one where she comes out from behind the thing on him.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. Like we're not gonna say much about that. In Dead Space 2, the shocking moment for sure was when you had to put yourself in the machine. That's all I'm going to tell you about that.
I think I know what scene that is. I know what scene that is.
God.
I know what scene that is.
I can't wait to see that in in glorious 4K.
Oh, God.
I know what it is. I've seen that.
Woof. Oh man.
The
Man,
most
man.
painful
'Cause
time I've had
I had
failing.
to like do
fucking
one of
games.
these, like.
Man,
I know
oh
what it is.
man.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I was wondering. I think that's from Dead Space, but yes. y'all
Yes,
confirm
that is
it.
definitely from Dead Space. Yes.
Yes.
I've seen it.
Yep.
All right. So that's it. That's it for the topic. Like, check out everything that we've had on it. If you guys enjoyed hearing what we had to say about Dead Space, please, hit us up on at PS_Crossroads on Twitter. Like, show us some love. Let us know about some of your best experiences with Dead Space and what your outlook is for not just only the remake, but if there's actually going to be a franchise remake as well. With that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this show up. Yes. That is our show for the evening. We are always glad that you came out and hung out with us tonight on Crossroads, the PlayStation Podcast. Want to give a big thanks to you for tuning into the show. And before we go, this is how you can get connected and stay connected to our crew. This is the time when we want to give our plugs out. So, Chris, you're the man of honor. Go ahead, plug yourself, man.
Thanks. I've never been honored before, so this is a big deal for me. I'm sorry, I could not be a smart ass. Like, I love you to death. Thank you so much for having me on here. I know you never visit or call or text or fucking anything, really.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I've been like your best friend on the phone for like 2 weeks.
I know. Just we've been talking about this. It's been great. Like, me and you have been friends for a really long time, and we used to do Christmases, but that's not a thing.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
yeah.
Before I go, thank you for having me on the show. It's been a lot of fun. I hope to get to do it again. You can find me on Twitter at RealChrisTrue, because that is how full of myself I am. You can also find my foundation, the Radical Hope Foundation, on Twitter as well. It's at Radical Hope Proj. You can find it through me. Twitter has character limits. Hit me up on Twitter if you want to get involved with the Radical Hope Project, want to volunteer or donate. Please contact me. We're always raising funds. We always need money for these reentry kits and for a lot of the stuff that we do. You can help so many people with just $5. We've been able to connect families that haven't been able to talk to each other, which has made a real difference in morale, I guess, of people who are incarcerated. And that's important when people come out.
Yeah, as you were saying all that, I'm actually threw the Twitter handle up for the Radical Hope Project, and I'm actually going to put the link for the website up as well.
Oh, awesome! Thank you so much. We take any help we can get. We provide services for people all over the country. We're national. Like I said, I'm producing a podcast for one of our guys, Philip. It's called The Wall Behind and Beyond. And if you want to have your entire worldview kind of shook, listen to it. Changes your entire perspective.
Yep. Yep. Thank you, Chris. Jack, what do you plug yourself, man? Let us know how we can get in contact with you and stay in contact with you if you want.
Sure. No, you can find me on Twitter at GeekBro27. You could also find me over at BossRushGames.com. I write mostly banner pieces and stuff like that. Been trying to ramp it up a little bit more. But yeah, that's really all my social networking. No Facebook or Instagram or anything like that.
All right, cool. Nellie, welcome
Yay!
back. Welcome back.
Thank you. Happy to be back. You can find me at Planet Nellie. Nellie is spelled N3LLIE. That's my Twitter handle. And you can find me on Twitch at bratface_87.
All right, Austin.
You can find me at PlayStation on Twitter, and you can catch me on Crossroads. Yeah, last night I was able to be on Nintendo Pow Block, so if you're a podcast listener, you can listen to me on there tomorrow when it comes out.
Woo-hoo.
All right, and everyone knows about me. Exodus803, that is my social media handle. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. Yeah, I actually promoted my Facebook. I don't know why, but whatever. Exodus803 is also how you can find me on Twitch as well as YouTube.com. And Exodus803 is also my gamer tag. So don't forget EXODUS803 if you're trying to look me up, and you'll find me. As we get ready to wrap this thing up, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to some of the things that have been going on in Boss Rush. Josh, Corey, Logan, and I talk about current NFL things, Monster Hunter Stories 2, and more in episode 102 of the I was about to say Crossroads, the Boss Rush podcast. Whoops. Mark.
Oh.
What? What's up?
Oh, I forgot. Because I should probably start promoting this now. Monday will be the first episode of Mighty Ducks in review with me and Corey. Me and Corey talk about the Mighty Ducks. I don't know why they let us just do it, but we're doing it. So
hey, you do.
Sometimes you just gotta do shit.
Yeah, do the damn thing. Do the damn thing.
We do the first movie, and then we'll be doing the second movie, third movie, and the TV show.
Are you gonna be doing the animated series too?
Ooh.
We talked about it. But I'm pretty sure Logan will shut us down before we get to that.
All right. Also, Mark Pereira asks readers what their go-to road trip game was while growing up in the July 26th edition of the Boss Rush banner. And Story interviews Cold Age developer Roosterlandia about the development of stories in video games. You can check all those links out. They've been provided in the Twitch stream chat tonight. But don't stop with any of the recommendations that I've given, though, because there's plenty of other shows and editorials available over at BossRushGames.com. Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast, wants you to join the Boss Rush Network Discord, where there's a ton of communities to find. If you'd like to talk about games, entertainment, food, stuff like that. We're a bunch of fatties over there. We like talking about food. Give us ideas, share recipes. It's all cool. all that,
Stuart.
All that and much more is over there. And last but not least, don't forget you can chat with us and keep the conversation going by hitting us up on Twitter at ps_crossroads to dish on more news, events, and topics while we are getting ready for the next installment of Crossroads. The Boss Rush Games family wants you all to have a great night and go out there and play games, be better. Have a great night, guys. We'll be back here next week.
Mwah.